love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been, the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
From Columbia, South Carolina, and Williams-Brice Stadium at the University of South Carolina. It is your home for the 2012 Class 3A State Football Championships as the undefeated Hartsville Red Foxes set to tangle with the 9-5 Yellow Jackets of Union County High School. Hello, everybody. I am Birch Itley, joined by Stacy Huff. Stacy, we've got a great matchup here tonight. Union County and Hartsville, two teams with legendary tradition.
No doubt about it. And it's a tale of two seasons. One team, Hartsville, comes in. They've been hot all season, 14-0 in the season. Unblemished is their record. Union County comes in. They catch fire late in the season. Both teams need one more win to be crowned state title holders this year.
Well, let's start first with our visitors here tonight, the lower state champs from Hartsville, the Red Foxes, undefeated this year. Stacy, they averaged 383 yards rushing. The big reason are two spotlight players, that full Trey backfield.
Interestingly put, both guys are named Trey. One is Trey Samuel. He's a 5'9", 175-pound senior. 149 carries, 1,987 yards in the season. 20 times he took it to the house. He's the burner in the backfield, folks. 4.4 time in the 40-yard dash. He's a burner. The bigger back, 5'11", 215, is the other Trey. Number 24 fullback, Trey Rogers. He has 169 carries, over 1,400 yards on the season. He hit pay dirt 19 times, has over 2,800 yards in his career. And he's a senior, as I said, 8 yards per carry. And they are two of the 3,000-yard rushers in his backfield.
Well, the head coach for the Hartsville Red Foxes, Jeff Calabrese, in his 8th year, and he has the Hartsville Red Foxes back in a championship game for the first time since 1997. We asked Coach Calabrese to explain his offensive and defensive philosophy.
Offensively, we run the wing T offense. For those that don't know, it's it's a three-back running attack. All three kids get the ball about equally. We do throw it a little bit. Defensively, we play a 3-4 defense, which means 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and 4 guys in the secondary.
Well, the upper state champs, the Union County Yellow Jackets, Stacy, they really turned it on strong heading into the playoffs. A high-powered offense. That's because of their two spotlight players. A very talented quarterback, one of the best in the state, and a wonderful wide receiver.
Yeah, they put up pinball numbers, this Union County Yellow Jacket offense, led by the quarterback, senior Keyston Smith. He wears number 6, folks. He's 6'2", 234 pounds. He's hard to bring down, but this young man set all kind of records. 4,300 yards passing on the season, 40 touchdowns running, over 1,000 yards on the ground, and 19 touchdowns. A total of 59 touchdowns. That's a state record in the state of South Carolina, folks. And one of his primary targets, wears number 1, wide receiver Victor Ruth. He's a senior also, 6 foot, 178 pounds. 78 catches on the season, over 1,300 yards receiving. He took it to La Casa 11 times and averages 17 yards per catch. Again, pinball numbers for Union County.
Well, Union County is coached by Steve Tannehill in his first season at Union County after spending 7 years at Chesterfield, where he won 3 Class A state championships, and he has Union County back in the state championship title game. We asked Coach Tannehill to explain his offensive and defensive styles.
On offense, we're going to spread it out, throw it around a little bit, four wide, sometimes 5. Shotgun every play. We won't get under center at all. Exciting, fun to watch. Really just trying to get guys the ball in space. You got 4 pretty good receivers. Quarterback's having an unbelievable year. So fun to watch on offense. On defense, about the same thing, trying to get all the speed we can on the field, be a 3-down team, fly around. We're going to see the wing T, so we're going to be in a little bit different defense than we normally would be to try to stop this running game. But our theory is get the most speed on the field, offense and defense.
Well, for Hartsville, a very emotional season this year, the 7th week of the season, and a game against Crestwood. Tragedy strikes Hartsville and the South Carolina high school football community as Hartsville unfortunately lost their starting defensive tackle, Ronald Rouse. We asked Coach Jeff Calabrese to talk about Ronald Rouse.
Well, Ronald Rouse was number 74 for us. Big old youngin', 6'3", 310 pounds. I used to call him Biscuit because he was a biscuit away from going 315. Larger-than-life personality. Great young man. Always worked hard for us. Always wanted to play in this game. That's him and the seniors that I said are so close. That's what they talked about. That's him. We miss him every day. Doesn't get much easier. There's a hole in your life because he would come in my office every day. But we work together, and luckily we've had football, and just keep working, stepping every day. It's about all you can say.
Buy a DVD of this championship and any of the South Carolina High School League championships at SCHSL.TV.
Now ready for Parkview, number 21, Matt Olson.
Dear Honda, thanks for getting my son Steven a deal at your holiday sales event. The Bluetooth in the Pilot is so convenient.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, honey.
How's the rash?
And the rear view camera is so helpful. Tristan! Love, Nancy. P.S. He's single.
More happiness and standard features with every Honda during Happy Honda Days. Get a great deal on the 2013 Pilot at your Honda dealer.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to come at you.
One shot.
The 2012 South Carolina High School League Football Championships are brought to you by Time Warner Cable and by Honda. More happiness and standard features with every Honda during Happy Honda Days.
Union County wins the opening toss. They defer to the second half, so Brandon Shetley has it teed at the 40, and we are ready to get this Class 3 State Football Championship underway live from Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, and Shetley has it high, end-over-end kick, taken at the 25 by Hartsville. Nice return out to the 30, trying to turn the corner there to the outside boundary at the 40, and wrestled down at the 43-yard line.
Trey Gaddison on the kickoff return. He's the one primary receiver they go to a lot. Was a 1,000-yard receiver last season, Birch. This year has over 700 yards passing. When they do go to the air, he's the guy that touches a good kickoff return to start the game for Hartsville.
Yeah, Gaddison is a North-South All-Star as well. They have a pair for Hartsville, Gaddison and the tight end, Weidrich, number 47. Shaq Johnson, the senior quarterback, will operate under center out of that flexbone formation off the right side of the line. Goes Dominic Robinson, the 5'6 senior. People from Hartsville tell me that roster a little bit generous with that 5'6. They say he's more like 5'4", 5'5.
He may be wearing the elevator shoes.
Shaq Johnson, the quarterback, with Robinson, Trey Rogers, and Trey Samuel in that backfield. A hard-running team, and we see why. Out to the 40, to the 30, he could go. The 10, the 5, and stumbling down at the 2-yard line. That is Trey Samuel.
He's the kid with the 4.4 speed, the 4.4 jets. Watch him take the inside handoff and run the daylight right there. Good job protecting the football. And Trey Samuel has great speed, but a great tackle here coming up by number 11. Just get a little shoelace there. Number 11 for Union County High School, Chris Booker. He's also plays wide receiver on his team. Speed on speed, but the first big play of the game goes to Hartsville.
And with that carry, Trey Samuel now over 2,000 yards rushing for the year. Fighting for the end zone. There it is. Touchdown. Touchdown, Hartsville. Touchdown, Trey Rogers, his 20th of 2012. And the Red Foxes strike first in a game that we anticipate to see a lot of scoring.
A little thunder and lightning attack that time. The lightning was number 5, Trey Samuel on the previous play, and then the 215-pounder Trey Rogers finishes up as the Thunderbolt. And they light up the scoreboard right now. And the whole town of Hartsville, folks, I'm from Chesterfield, not far from there. The whole town is sitting across from us in Williams-Brice Stadium.
So Sam Williamson on for the point after. It's a good snap, a good hold, and a good kick in Hartsville. Just like that, not even 1 minute into this championship on the scoreboard after a touchdown run from Trey Rogers that was set up by the 52-yard carry by Trey Samuel and the excellent return by Gaddison on the opening kickoff.
Three-play drive. This is the second play that really made it all happen. Trey Samuel goes up the right side right there, and 52 yards on the play. Barely tripped up and followed up. There's another look at it right here. Great blocking up front, and once he gets to the second level, folks, he makes one cut, and he goes and gets it, folks. When you have 3 1,000-yard rushers on your team, that means somebody's doing some great blocking up front, and I mean you got some kids that know how to pick them up and put them down, carrying the load. Good job by the Hartsville offense that time.
Now Sam Williamson will kick off here with 11:02 remaining in the first quarter. A 7-0 ball game. Hartsville striking first. Both of these teams have been really lighting up scoreboards all season long, so we could see a game, Stacy, that could get in easily into the 80s.
No doubt.
This will be returned by Union County.
Taking the ball.
Well, fans, this game is being streamed live on SCHSL.TV, the official website of the South Carolina High School League Network. That's SCHSL.TV.
That was Ruth on the return right there, the primary receiver, the target for quarterback Keyston Smith, and we'll see a lot of that guy. But Keyston Smith wears number 6, folks. He's a big boy, can run it and throw it. Keep your eye on him as he triggers this offense.
Keyston Smith just recently named SC Varsity Player of the Year. Here's a big run for Union County. Nice spin move out to the 30-yard line. Trey Davis with a nice run, the 5'8", 178-pound senior. And getting some good blocking up front.
Yeah, 2 big running plays early in the ball game. Both teams' offensive line came to play. Which defense can settle down, these offensive attacks will win. Take a look.
Yeah, Keyston Smith, what about those numbers this year? 4,340 yards through the air, 40 touchdowns, only 13 interceptions. Smith rolling left. He has a cannon for an arm, and he shows it off here. Had a man open, but
wide open.
Overthrew his intended receiver, Victor Ruth.
That's a little thing called adrenaline that courses through your body in a game like this. Keyston Smith, glad to be here. He's a big boy anyway. He has a cannon for an arm, and just excited. Wide up. He knew the play was there. Ruth is running by himself. And you know, the numbers he put up, let me say this about that. Coach Steve Tannehill talking to him earlier this week. He wants this kid to get attention, wants him to get offers. But he says, the thing is, he's done those numbers against great competition. They played the Gaffneys. They played the Fairfield Centrals of the world, and he put up those numbers against good defenses.
2 receivers to the left, top of your screen for Keaston Smith, and he rolls that way. Smith can run as well. And he is going to be bottled up here by that Hartsville defensive line. Drops down to the 34-yard line, so a short gain of maybe 2 for Keaston Smith. On the tackle for Hartsville, Freddie Jackson. Let's take a look at that offense. Here's that line. Hardy, Thomas, Octavius Thompson, the sophomore, Gillum, and the freshman, Steven Johnson. Good-looking offensive line up front for Union County. Staring at 3rd down and 8, trailing by 7 here in the first quarter. Smith, with plenty of time, fires, and that ball almost picked off over on the far side.
Great job of scouting that time. Number 22 for Hartsville almost jumped the route. That's Trey Gaddison. He's also a receiver. He almost broke on that. Good job of scouting. They didn't seem to know that play was coming. Look at that cannon arm. A great throw, but played read perfectly well by Gaddison that time. He was the intended receiver. It's number 13, Calais Jones, a 6'3", 185-pound senior receiver.
One of the quiet leaders on this team, Calais Jones. Young man handles himself very nicely on and off the field. Short punt that will go out of bounds near midfield. They'll mark it at the 45-yard line.
Good. Yeah, that punt is going to work in the favor of Hartsville. They're going to take over in prime real estate right there in the 45-yard line. And you see the quarterback getting instructions right there. Shaquille Johnson, the 5'10", 175-pound senior quarterback. He can run it as well.
Yeah, he really is the point guard for this offense. As you see his numbers, you know, nothing really very gaudy, Stacy. 984 yards, 17 touchdowns.
But only 5 interceptions. He takes care of the football.
He does. And when you have a backfield like Rogers, Samuel, and Robinson, you can just hand off to them. Now he's going to show off his arm. Incomplete at the 5-yard line. Shaq Johnson
going for.
He can throw as well.
He's going for his man Trey Gaddison. This team is Trey heavy right here. At least 3 Treys on the team, and I think that equals 9. But good throw that time. He had a step. Trey Gaddison had a step on the 2 defensive backs back there, and just a little tad overthrown. Adrenaline's pumping through these guys, though. You're going to see a lot of extra mustard on these passes early on until they settle down.
Now the defense for Union County, they do allow 32 points per game, Stacy. Here's a big haul to the 40, to the 30. Only one man to beat. Can he get the angle? The 5, no, touchdown. Touchdown, Hartsville. Touchdown for Trey Samuel.
Well, with his 4.4 speed, Bert, you better have an angle. That's a 55-yard run that time. Trey Samuel so far has been the man of the hour, folks. Look at that cut back in the hole. That jump stop. That's a little basketball move that time. And look at the Jets right there. Electric socks worn by Trey Samuel. He just kicked himself in the hiney all the way down George Rogers Boulevard right there.
How about this stat, Stacey Huff? Trey Samuel, 2 carries, 107 yards.
That's a nice day. That's a nice day. You can almost clock out with that.
Here's the extra point attempt from Williamson. Perfect on his last one, and he's good here. And just like that, Hartsville has arrived at Williams-Brice Stadium and have opened up a 14-point lead early with 9:17. Here comes Trey Samuel right into your living room.
Hartsville averages 44 points per ball game, folks. They're on the pace for a lot more than that right now, but you know, this Steve Taneyhill-led offense of Union County, the Yellow Jackets average 35 points a game themselves, so we are expecting a lot of fireworks. 14 points probably won't win this one, so a lot of football left to play, but Hartsville off to a great start. Look at this drive.
Yeah, 2 plays, 55 yards, all 55 by Trey Samuel. 18 seconds, so it takes Trey Samuel about, I'd say 14 to go 55.
Yeah, that's with pads on and dodging people. But on a 40-yard dash, just not a fair foot race. You better have an angle. You better bottle him up. If you let him get to wide open spaces, as you see, he can strike up the band.
Union County falling behind early here in the first quarter with 9:17 remaining. Down 14-0. But Union County, Stacy, you know, they have overcome adversity this year, so they know how to battle back. Low kick from Williamson. And it will not be returned as it bounces out of bounds. Union County, all of their playoff games on the road against very, very stiff competition. They knock off Wren, then Greer, then AC Flora, and then D.W. Daniel for the Upper State Championship, 20-14 over Daniel. Steve Tannehill also scheduled some stiff competition. Spartanburg, Gaffney, Greer, Fairfield Central that played for a 2A state championship, Woodruff, Clinton, Chester.
But he was at Chesterfield. He did the same thing. He doesn't believe in backing down from any challenge. He believes his offense will work in any setting, and it's going to be tested right now, down 2 scores early in the title game.
And they lost to Gaffney 28-21, and we just saw what Gaffney can do as they won their 16th state championship over Dutch Fork.
That game was tied in the fourth quarter. They actually came back and tied that game on Gaffney in the fourth quarter and had a chance to steal that game against Gaffney. So, yeah, this Tannehill-led Union County team in his first year there, they were 4-7 last year. Now they're in the title game in his first season.
And they have weapons all over the field on offense, namely number 6 in the shotgun, Keyston Smith. He's going to fire downfield, has a man, but his receiver slipped down around the 41. Brings up second down.
That dude has a cannon on his shoulder right there. I tell you what, Keyston Smith is a guy who, as we talked about in the open, 4,300 yards in the air, but 1,000 running. You got to keep a spy on him at all times and account for him. But receivers running free early, they just haven't connected thus far.
Here's the rest of that Union County offense. Trey Davis, very good running back. Here are the receivers. Chris Booker, who is heading to the Shrine Bowl. TJ Foster, Calais Jones, and Victor Ruth. I should say Chris Booker heading to the North-South All-Star game, actually. Smith with time, floating out of the pocket, near side. Has a man down there. What a catch! And he lost it at the last second, TJ Foster.
You know, he actually went out of bounds earlier on that route. I don't know if the official saw that or that would have been an issue had he caught that ball, but he actually was out of bounds a little bit before that. But
and
great
good coverage by Shy Phillips.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shy Phillips right there. Take a look at this. That's just good athlete on good athlete. Too much time, first of all, for Keyston Moore. They did flush him out of the pocket, but he has too clean a look right there. And that's just good man-to-man coverage. But an excellent attempt at catching the ball.
And Shy Phillips not being a wallflower at the party there, is he?
No, sir. I like it. Not being reserved.
Big third down here for Union. 10 to go. Empty backfield for Smith. Keyston steps up, fires, has a man over the middle, caught to the 30, and dragged down inside the Hartsville 25-yard line. That's Calais Jones.
It's a matter of time if you give Keyston Smith a clean pocket, folks. He's got guys running. I know this offense, saw it at Chesterfield for the last 2 years. Somebody's open just about every play. If Smith gets enough time to find them and gets his touchback, this is going to be a high-scoring football game, folks. Great throw, great catch, and a good tackle there by number 17 for Hartsville, Quez Council.
Union in Hartsville territory. Empty backfield. Smith looking right, throwing for the end zone, incomplete. Shy Phillips on the coverage.
He's got a little something extra on some of these passes. Look at there. Body paint. Body paint. Get some cold medicine for that kid for tomorrow. It smells like Team Spirit. It smells like a little trip to the drugstore.
Here's that Hartsville Red Fox defense. Up front, Reddick, Pate, and Dwayne McDaniel. They run a 3-4 formation. Here are the backers, Jackson, Bracey, Payne, and Hagler. And in the backfield, Sellers, Shy Phillips, Dantes Rogers, Quez Council. Second down here for Union County. They're going to run the football left side. Nothing doing. Hartsville all over that play.
No doubt about it. Number 28 on the play, Adrian Brown, ran that ball, 5'10", 185-pound running back, but the defensive front for Hartsville waiting on it. Thought they might catch him off guard because they passed the ball the last 6 or 7 plays in a row. But the defensive front waiting, no gain on the play, and now looks like 3rd and 10 coming up for Keyston Smith.
Keyston Smith in the shotgun split back formation behind him. And Stacy, Keyston Smith, just jaw-dropping numbers this year. 59 total touchdowns, which is unofficially a state record here in South Carolina, surpassing C.J. Frazier of Bluffton, who set that record a year ago, according to the Palmetto Finest record book supplied by the South Carolina High School League. He has over 4,000 yards passing, 40 touchdowns in the air this year. Well, by the way, his head coach, Steve Tannehill, record-setting quarterback right here at Williams-Brice Stadium in the mid-'90s for the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. He was the first quarterback to win a bowl game for USC, the CarQuest Bowl.
Yes, sir.
62 career touchdown passes for Steve Tannehill, who is now the head coach and making his first return to Williams-Brice Stadium as a coach, almost 20 years to the day that he shocked Clemson as a freshman at Death Valley. Matter of fact, it was almost 20 years ago to the day when he defeated.
And there's his name right there, 753 total completions, career leader, and touchdown passes, 62 you alluded to.
Yeah, almost a year to or 20 years to the day when his team, Union, knocked off Daniel, which was 4 miles away from Death Valley.
Yes. A lot of angles to that story.
Good look at Keaston Smith. Rolling left, firing, has a man, catch is made. Fighting for the first down marker in second and third effort. I believe he gets there at the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
Calais Jones coming up big again.
Yeah, he caught the ball right at the marker, but that extra fight there took the measurement out of play that time, and the Hartsville players could not quite wrap him up and get him down. Watch right here. He catches it right at the marker, bobbled the ball, and right here, this extra low lunge he makes right here gets the first down for him. I'll tell you what, Keaston Smith puts a little something on that thing now. He's fired up, ready to go. His ball game, no doubt about it. Good job. It took 3 players to get Calais Jones down on that play. He's 6'3", 185, and again, got behind his pads after he caught that pass.
Smith floods the field with 3 receivers to his right. Little counter action for the quarterback. Smith looking for the end zone. He's there. Touchdown. Touchdown, Union County. Touchdown, Keaston Smith from 11 yards out. That is touchdown number 60 this year for the Shrine Bowl quarterback.
The record grows, and I tell you what, they might blow the fuse in this scoreboard here at Williams-Brice Stadium because these teams are serious about business on offense, and that looks way too easy. Good running lanes, good job by the offensive line, and a great run by the touchdown maker, Keaston Smith.
Now Shetley on for the extra point. It is up, and it's good. How about that Union County offense? Stacy down 14 points. They put together a 7-play, 65-yard scoring drive, and Keaston Smith doing it with his legs.
No doubt about it. You know, he can do it both ways. He's a true dual-threat quarterback. That drive, 7 plays, 65 yards, a minute 40 on the clock, and Keaston Smith caps it off with an 11-yard touchdown run. As you see, the Union County cheerleaders over there getting the crowd revved up. A lot easier to cheer now after they erased that 14-0 deficit, and is now cut in half, 14-7, and they get to kick off to Hartsville. And again, Birch, we're in for a treat offensively. A lot of big plays in this game already.
Yeah, 2 big catches on that scoring drive by Calais Jones, and excellent blocking up front by that Union County offensive line to spring Keaston Smith, and he just has excellent field vision and awareness.
He's a big boy, too, no doubt about it. He's going to be hard to bring down. Nobody touch him on that play, but if you do get in his way, you got to bring a full load to get that kid down.
Shetley will kick for Union County. High, end over end. Taken near the 20 to the 25 and down at the 32-yard line. Return by Romello Jacobs. On the tackle for Union County, it was Christian Petty, the sophomore. See Keaston Smith right there, getting some 5s from his offensive lineman.
That was
Hartsville now back on offense, attacking the middle.
And we're taking a look at Keaston Smith just a moment ago. What a difference Steve Tannehill's offense makes. Last season, Keaston Smith, 1,500 yards passing on a 4-17. This year, 4,300 yards passing on a team that could possibly win a state championship. Tannehill kind of knows what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think that can be argued.
So 2nd down, 8. 4-man front defensively now for Union County. Now they crowd that line with 5. Shaq Johnson, the quarterback, sees it, audibilizes. Left side run here, and fighting out to the 37-yard line is Dominic Robinson.
Tell you what, if 51 didn't make that tackle right there for Union County, Gerard Fowler, watch this. If 51 Gerard Fowler doesn't make this tackle, this is going to the house. Folks, there's nobody. Right, watch right here when he breaks through here. There's nobody behind Fowler. That's nothing but green grass and opportunity right there, and we know that they can eat that up real fast on the Hartsville backfield.
So 3rd down, 3 to go. Long 3, short 4. Through the hole and stops just short of the marker, I believe. It's going to be very close.
That counter play they run out of this triple option type attack, this wingback formation, that counter play is there, and it's been big for them. They've broken 2 big ones already in the ball game, folks. And I'm telling you, Union County making big tackles, but one broken tackle away, and you're changing the scoreboard again. This offense is very, very proficient for Hartsville.
Jeff Calabrese is going to leave his offense on the field. He wants to go for it here on 4th and short. With a 7-point lead, movement along the line.
Awesome. Great idea. It worked.
Change that snap count. Alter that cadence a little bit. The voice inflection coming from Shaq Johnson.
Encroachment.
Draws that defense off the line.
5 yards.
You know,
results in first down.
I heard it since back in the day when I played, and I've heard it talking to coaches, and you hear it all the games we do. Coaches always tell defensive players, watch the football. Watch the football. Don't try to guess. Don't try to get smarter than the game. Don't listen to the quarterback. Watch the ball. And the ball didn't move, but the quarterback changed his cadence, and now you give him a free first down.
First down now for Hartsville out at the 46-yard line. They'll send a man in motion, and they'll hit left side of the line.
By number 24, Trey Rogers.
Trey Rogers on the carry, the 5'11", 215-pound senior. We talked about him in our opening segment, Stacy. 1,400 rushing yards this year, averaging 8 a carry.
2,800 for his career, 39 career touchdowns for his career.
Here's that offensive line up front: Evan Baker, Kalen Brunson, Ethan O'Neill, Ed Reed, and Ray Pogue. Reed and Pogue, the right side of that line. Baker and Brunson on the left, with O'Neill the center. Johnson wants to throw. Far side, catch is made, breaks a tackle out to the 30, and finally corralled inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. A big catch for Hartsville and Trey Gaddison.
Trey Gaddison's been the man for them the last couple seasons. I told you in the beginning of the game, 1,000 yards receiving last season, 750 plus this year, and again, been selected to play in the postseason All-Star game, and you see why. Great hands, caught the ball at its highest point with his hands, Birch, and knows what to do with it once he catches it.
So Hartsville now back in Union County territory at the 25-yard line, leading 14-7. Clock at 4.5 here to play in the first quarter. Hartsville left side, little hole, and it closes down at the 17-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line for Hartsville. Evan Baker, 71, Kalen Brunson, 50, Ethan O'Neill, 67, Ed Reed, 51, 79, Ray Pogue at 47, Corey Wedrich, the tight end.
Here are those linebackers for Union County: Fowler, Mathis, Brown, Tucker, Spencer, Crosby, and the North-South All-Star Chris Booker. Your secondary. Booker has been outstanding at safety. There's Hartsville going right side this time, and Union County does a good job of plugging that hole over there, bringing down Dominic Robinson, the senior running back. Or actually, that was Trey Rogers, number 24.
Bunch of players in on that tackle. Give a shout out to one guy that was there early in that ball. On that play was number 57, Cameron Queen. Looks like he was one of the guys on the spot there, but good job by the defensive front for Union County on that play.
Third down. Hartsville, they need 3. They go right side. There it is, to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Hartsville. Touchdown, Dominic Robinson.
Little guy, 5'6", 175 pound. Gets behind. Great blocking right here. Watch the boys up front. Watch the Red Sea part right here. White jerseys on black jerseys, and they just rolled them out. Good kick-out block there by number 50 for Hartsville. And it's just speed after that. Kalen Brunson, number 50, 225-pound offensive lineman, got a great block. And Dominic Robinson strikes up the band for the Hartsville Red Foxes.
Here comes the extra point for Williamson, trying to make it a 2-possession game again. Kick is up, and it's good, and it's now Hartsville 21, Union County 7. How about this, Stacy? All three of those running backs in that backfield for Hartsville, they have scored here in this championship game.
All three of them are very good, and they all benefit from great blocking. Look at 50, right? Watch the number 50 with the block right there. That did it. Sealed off that side over there, and the little man Dominic Robinson picks him up, puts him down, and he gets in the end zone quick, fast, in a hurry. 21-7. The lead goes back up to 14.
4 touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we still have 3 minutes left to play.
No doubt about it. Boy, this has been an exciting ball game already. We knew it would be. They're not disappointing. Look at the Hartsville faithful over there. That's not just team spirit. That's grown folk spirit, too, over there. The whole time, I'm telling you, the whole time Hartsville is over there.
Happy to be on the broadcast here on the South Carolina High School League Network. And I'm sure they're very happy that Hartsville is leading 21-7 right now. Hartsville, pride of the PD. You know, Stacy, since March, they've played for 3 state championships. This is their 3rd. They've already won 2 in softball and basketball.
That's right. I forgot about the softball. When we were there, we broadcast the basketball one, and we were there for that one. And, of course, you saw the softball one, and now you're right. Wow, this has been quite a 2012 for the athletic department up at Hartsville High School.
So Union County back on offense. Keyston Smith will try to lead the Yellow Jackets. What a crowd here tonight for championship weekend, the weekend of champions. Our nightcap here tonight could not be better. Hartsville bringing a ton of people from the PD in Union County. They were just burning up I-26 eastbound, heading into Columbia. They brought a ton as well. Keyston Smith is going to fire over the middle. Incomplete, looking for T.J. Foster, who took a nice bump at the end of that play. T.J. Foster, he's been outstanding this year as well. He's just a junior, 792 yards receiving, averaging 22 yards a catch.
That's big play offense right there. Those guys are prolific. Both of these guys, both of these teams, Birch, have had nothing but success on offense to get to this point.
Keyston Smith all alone in the backfield. 3-step drop, fires over the middle, picked off by Hartsville. This could be a big return to the 30, cuts inside, still on his feet, spinning down to the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's Fisher Payne. Fisher Payne, the 5'11", 195-pound senior, the inside linebacker, taking it away from Trey Davis.
He's carrying the ball like somebody not used to carrying the football, too. Look at him. He changed hands twice with it, carried it like a briefcase there for a minute. Then he had it like a bag lunch. He switched his hands again. He switched hands about 3 times. But what a return, what a play by the young man. He's excited. Linebackers don't get to handle the ball that often.
Right side again for Hartsville with Dominic Robinson. And that was just an excellent defensive play put in by Fisher Payne for Hartsville on the interception.
It absolutely was, and that's a really could be a backbreaker.
2nd down 6 here for the Red Foxes in Union County territory at the 14-yard line. Right up the middle, bouncing out to the 5-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Birch, it has to be said. The offensive front, I called them out by name a few minutes ago, but the offensive front for Hartsville, watch the white jerseys. Just engulf the black jerseys, folks. They are dominating this ball game in the trenches. Hartsville is, and it's not even a close contest right now as far as who's winning the war of the trenches. Look right here. Look at white shirts. Look at white shirts on black. They just cover them up. You can't even see the black jerseys.
One receiver wide to the bottom of your screen. They go left side, looking for the end zone. He's there. Touchdown. Touchdown, Hartsville. Touchdown for Trey Rogers, number 2 of this game. He's got 21 on the year. And the Hartsville Red Foxes turn the Union County interception into 6 points.
This is absolutely violent blocking up front by Hartsville. Just take a look right here. They firing off the ball. That's 51 right there. And a good finish to the run by Trey Rogers, the 215-pound senior. He's been a touchdown maker in his career. He's over 40 touchdowns for his career right now.
Williamson's kick is up, and it's good in Hartsville. Controlling this first quarter. An offensive explosion for the Red Foxes. They lead 28-7 as we see Trey Rogers taking it in. Stacy, you have really raved about the work being done up front by Hartsville, that offensive line, and showing their mettle there.
They deserve it, man. Look at that. Look, the crowd across the way, the Hartsville fans are in full throat. The attendance has been great the past 2 weekends, Birch, and I got to say this. People are listening overseas. I have a good friend and fraternity brother, Anson Garlington, listening from Afghanistan, folks. He just notified me, so this is serving a great purpose. People are watching and following their local South Carolina teams all over the world on SCHSL.TV, and it's a great thing. Look at that drive. 3 plays, 19 yards, only 56 seconds off the clock. And Trey Rogers is the touchdown maker one more time. But it's good that this game reaches so many people, but these towns like Gaffney, Hartsville, Union County, they really get behind their teams, and they got people who are alums that are across the seas fighting for the country that are able to watch the games thanks to the game being broadcast live on the internet.
1 minute, 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We've got a flag.
A friend I just mentioned from Afghanistan is a Greenwood Eagle. So he was watching earlier today, and he's still watching from Afghanistan.
That is awesome.
Yes, sir.
We certainly do want to salute our troops overseas and their families stateside as well. And, of course, our men and women in the armed forces here protecting our borders.
Big hold now for Union County.
Here comes the kick from Sam Williamson from the 35 after the penalty. And that will go out of bounds. And another flag will come in.
The ball will be placed on that 35, I do believe. I think Coach Taney wants him to. He's gesturing like he wants him to kick it over. I think that's what they're going to do. He wants him to re-kick it, but he wants to set up a return. He has Victor Ruth back there, one of his primary playmakers, who's been, money for him all year, 1,300 yards receiving, but big in the return game as well. He wants a chance in broken field to score in as little time as possible on a kickoff return right here.
We got the call from our referee here tonight, John Price. So another try here for Williamson, senior kicker from Hartsville. He's been busy here tonight in this first quarter, hasn't he, Stacy?
Oh, no doubt about it. He got to get his foot iced down at halftime. And really, we're still in the first quarter, Birch.
Minute 45 remaining.
We're going to be here a while, and that's fun. I can do this all night.
And this one will stay in bounds, and it will be returned. Here's Chris Booker. And Booker takes it out to the 36-yard line. So Union County will actually get 2 extra yards. If they would have taken the penalty, they would have had it at the 35, but they return it out to the 37.
But that's a chance you take, though. They believe in their playmakers, and you want to give them a chance. And, like, again, in a broken field, to see if they can, get something going in the kicking game to, get the momentum back on their side. But a lot of time left to play, and, again, a prolific offense down there from Union County, the Yellow Jackets.
And they can hit you with the big play in a heartbeat. 2 receivers, bottom of your screen. Keyston Smith with a split backfield. Smith, quick fire near side. That pass is incomplete as he was looking for Ruth here. 28-7. Hartsville getting touchdowns. A pair from Trey Rogers. One from Trey Samuel and Dominic Robinson. For Union County, an 11-yard touchdown run from their star quarterback, Keyston Smith.
Keyston Smith will be heard from Too much talent on that Union County offense.
Smith floats out to his right. Looking downfield. Unleashes the long ball and stayed in the air just a tad bit too long for Victor Ruth.
The Union County fans are booing right now. There was some contact down the field there. It was incidental, it looks like, but it looks like collision later on in this route. You might catch it at the top of your screen right here as the ball is about to be thrown. There was a little contact right there. You saw it right there. The two guys ran into each other and kind of threw Victor Ruth off his route that time, and the fans are upset from Union County High School.
So 3rd down 10 now for Union County. Keaston Smith all alone behind center. Plenty of time for Smith. Now he has to be flushed out of the pocket, and Smith will take off and run, looking for the sticks. It's going to be very close.
You need more right at the stick, Birch. This might be measurement worthy right here, but it's going to be a matter of the spot. Looks like it could be a fraction short there, but look at the big guy, 6'2", 234 pounds. He can pick him up and put him down pretty well. And runs through a tackle a little bit right. They got dragged down by 44 for Hartsville.
That's William-Brice, the inside linebacker, one of the team's leaders in tackles with 107. See our side judge over there and our chain crew, along with our referee, John Price. Being very deliberate with those chains. And let's see how close Keaston Smith is. It is 4th down and very short.
Again, I watched Coach Tannehill coach my alma mater, Chesterfield High School, the last several years, and he almost always goes for it in this situation.
Keaston Smith will stay in the shotgun, 5 yards deep. He takes off. Keaston Smith, they bring the hammer, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, he got good and plenty that time. He needed a little bit, and 6'2", 234 coming downhill. That's just going to be hard to keep that kid from getting a foot. And that time he got about 8-9 yards on the play, and without a great tackle there, he could have got down that sideline. Take a look right here behind some really good blocking. They bunched the formation. Got some good blocking from a running back over there, and he's just hard to bring down, man. He gave somebody a ride there. You need to charge a fee at the end of that play.
So Union County now in Hartsville territory, pitching their tent at the 41-yard line. Four wide receiver set. This pass is complete to Victor Ruth, and Ruth picks up some blocks, and he is shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So that's a gain of 15 for Victor Ruth in Union County. And one thing that we need to say, Stacy, these wide receivers for Union County, they've put up very gaudy numbers this year, but they also know what to do when they don't have the football. Look at those downfield blocks.
Yeah, Calais Jones that time with a great block. And again, when you have a big play offense, you got to get downfield blocking from your wide receivers. You have to work together. That's a team right there. Good coaching, teaching fundamentals.
Smith will hand off to Davis this time, and Trey Davis, the senior, is taken down at the 20.
Tackle that time for Hartsville. Looks like it was made by number 3, Freddie Jackson, 5'6", 140. Freddie Jackson also a member of that state championship basketball team in Hartsville that we saw win back in March. I think there's a brother named Teddy Jackson that's on that basketball team with him as well, unless I'm mistaken.
4-yard pickup there for Davis. Union County now at the 20-yard line, looking at 2nd down, 6. Here goes Keaston Smith, left side. Keaston Smith inside the 15, barrels his way down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Keaston Smith, he is tough to bring down.
I tell you what, Keaston Smith offering up that 234 pounds, and a lot of people saying, no thank you, I'll have none of that.
I mean, that's just a Brahma bull coming right at you.
No doubt about it. And I tell you what, eventually you're going to get a headache tackling that kid head on. And finally, we're at the end of the first quarter.
5 touchdowns on the board after 1 quarter of play here in the 3A state championship. It is Hartsville leading 28-7, but Union County is driving. Stay with us. We got the second quarter when we return to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia here on the SCHSL Network.
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Time Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the number 1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
Welcome back to Columbia, South Carolina and Williams-Brice Stadium. Great crowd on hand for the 3A state championship. Hartsville leading 28-7, but Union County in Hartsville territory. And this portion of the Weekend of Champions is proudly brought to you by Honda. Honda, wishing you happy Honda days.
I think I've aged in that first quarter. I think I had a birthday in the first quarter.
A lot of points put on the board in that first quarter, and Union County looking to strike here in the second. But Hartsville is there to take down Chris Booker around the 9-yard line.
Tried to run a little receiver sweep that time. It looks like the tackle was made by 28, Laquan Hagler. A fast guy himself. He has 102 tackles on the season. Even 7 sacks, so they sent him after the quarterback as well. But that was speed on speed, and see what Tannehill dials up now, 2nd and 9.
Calais Jones, Victor Ruth, the receivers at the top of your screen. That will be to Keaston Smith's right. And Smith looking left. No one there. Now he rolls out right, will throw on the run, incomplete. Trying to find his safety valve, Trey Davis out of the backfield.
Yeah, he was there, but again, it's hard for a quarterback to throw on the run that time, and just put a little bit too much on it. Tried to lead the receiver a little bit, and Davis was standing there waiting on the ball, kind of backing up a little bit, and just a little misconnect.
It's a hard throw to make.
It is a hard throw to make. It really is, even for a talented quarterback like Keaston Smith. And 3rd down and 9 now. 3rd and goal.
So 3rd and goal to go for Union County. Union County, the Yellow Jackets with a 9-5 record.
They've had success with Smith running the ball.
That's what they're going to do. Keaston Smith, left side, breaking through inside the 5. He's in there. Touchdown. Touchdown, Union County. Touchdown, Keaston Smith, number 2 on the night. Now he has 61 in 2012. Combination of passing and running. Now, Keaston Smith is getting into the stratosphere in the record books here in South Carolina.
He's putting that thing where it's going to be hard to catch it. But to call a quarterback keeper on 3rd and 9, that's a lot of quarterback in your confidence in your quarterback or in your offensive line. But that was mainly Keaston Smith. It wasn't the blocking that time. That was a lot of that he did on his own.
So Keaston Smith into the end zone from 9 yards. So he has 59 yards on 6 carries now and 2 touchdowns. A little flag on the field, though.
Union County trying to stay in shouting distance. So make it back to a 2-score ball game with this extra point here, even without the extra point, but 28-14.
Encroachment, defense, half the distance, would have to try.
So Shetley will have a shorter distance here. Actually, it looks like Steve Tannehill says, okay, you give us half the distance to the goal. I'm putting my offense back out, and we're going to go for 2.
And, you know, again, Keaston Smith, that play with him keeping the ball running behind his center hasn't been stopped yet, Birch.
Back and forth we go on this scoreboard here at Williams-Brice Stadium. There's a 28-13 lead for Hartsville, and Union County setting up for the 2-point conversion. Smith will hand off left side. No signal yet. Still no signal. Hartsville says no, he did not get in. And so do the officials.
That could be a huge gamble. The game we expect to be high scoring and close. At 1 point there left on the board, we'll see. But guess what? Guess what? A lot of confidence shown in his players by Coach Tannehill, including this play here. 3rd and 9, quarterback keeper, and that was clogged up over the middle. That's just a good cut that time and determination by the senior, 6'2", 234-pound Keaston Smith.
Takes a lot of lassos to bring him down. Keaston Smith, 61 touchdowns in 2012. Very impressive.
Yeah, get in the end zone is something he just kind of does right there. I mean, he's very much at home in the end zone. More so than any player we've ever had in one season in the state of South Carolina, which is sounding a lot. This state has had some really great players come through here.
28-13, Hartsville leading. There's that Union County band. What a first half of action so far, and we still have 11 minutes to go. There's Keaston Smith over there on the bench with Trey Davis. Shetley, high, short kick. Fair catch called for and made back at the 31-yard line.
Looks like that was 13. That's a smart play that time. Datavius Wilson, 6'1", 180-pound freshman. A 9th grader out there. Good heads-up play that time, calling that fair catch. And pretty good field position that time for Hartsville now at the 32-yard line.
So now that Union County defense will be looking for a stop here, as that Hartsville offense has been motoring. They'll send a man in motion. They'll hit the left side out to the 35-yard line, then may spot it back at the 34.
Gain of about 2.5 on the play, 2 yards. Call it 3. They call it 2nd and 7 here. But you know, nothing's going to be new under the sun for Hartsville. They're going to run that counter play, and they're going to do that fullback belly dive until you show you can stop it. And up 2 scores, they'll be patient to keep it on the ground.
Again, motion. They'll go left side, trying to turn the corner. He kicks it out wide and has the first down out to the 50-yard line. Trey Samuel again. Another big run for the senior.
He's having quite a ball game.
6 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown.
That's making the most of your carries, though. He's making them all count.
Well, you know, he comes in, Stacy, averaging 13 yards a carry.
I know our statistician Ryan Johnson's glad he didn't have to do this by hand. There'll be a lot of math in this ball game.
Hartsville, left side, this time with Dominic Robinson.
This offense is so crisp, though, Birch. Even a play like that looks very unproductive. One missed tackle, and that's a touchdown.
Well, folks, be sure to join the conversation about high school sports, not only here in South Carolina, but across the country. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Play On Sports. Also, get yourself a copy of this championship on DVD at our library, SCHSL.TV. Here's a big run. Far side, inside the 20.
And that's what I was just talking about the last play, Burge. This offense puts so much pressure on you. That last play almost could have did the same thing. They keep that running back in a situation where there's one man to beat. Watch this counter play. Right here, he has one man to beat, and he runs past one guy, and he goes for a huge gain. Every play has put a lot of pressure on Union County to be very fundamentally sound and very sure in your tackling. A lot of pressure put on by this Hartsville Red Fox offense.
Trey Samuel, 7 carries, 167 yards now. Hartsville in the red zone again. Right side. Down to the 13-yard line.
It's almost like a dance in the backfield. Took a shot right here. Watch the movement. It's a weave. It's a 3-man weave. We do that in basketball drills. That's a 3-man weave in the backfield. Hard for a defender to understand who has the ball and to recognize it. And by the time you recognize it, sometimes it's too late. You can't get off a block or you take the wrong angle. That's why they're so proficient getting into the end zone.
Motion, they go right side, cutting inside the 10. A flag comes down.
Might be a hold.
Looks like a Union County player shaking up on the play as well at the end. That's Devontae Wood for Union County. Tell you, these running backs for Hartsville, very, very good. Let's take a look and see if we can see the infraction.
On the offense, 10 yards from the spot of foul, replay second down.
And there's a spot foul, but good-looking play right here. And I see a jersey grab maybe right there. Yeah, right there number 4, Dominic Robinson, who scored a touchdown earlier. But these guys, he's only 5'6", a small guy, but he blocks. All these guys block for each other. He just got caught with his hand proverbially in the cookie jar.
Did you see how far upfield the right tackle Ray Pogue was?
They're following.
He was almost in the end zone.
They're blocking downhill, 10 yards downfield almost every play.
That's a costly penalty for Hartsville. Now they want to throw. Going right side, catch is made inside the 10, the 5, and upended at the 2-yard line. That is Dominic Robinson. How about Antonio Tucker for Union County?
Touchdown, 7 play. It's not fair the way Hartsville's running the football. If they're going to be able to pass like this, folks, it'll be a long night for Union County defense. Watch 24 come off of his man. Form tackle. He put his, they always say watch the waist. That's the last thing to move when you're trying to get faked out. He watched the waist, put his helmet right there, and prevented a touchdown.
1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Shaq Johnson under center. Johnson turns, gives, and diving in is Trey Rogers. From 1 yard away, Trey Rogers has found the end zone for his 3rd time here tonight. Boy, this backfield for Hartsville is clicking on all cylinders. They're getting a lot of help from their line up front.
That's just, again, I harp on it, but I can't say it enough. It's a heck of a game being played by the offensive front of the Hartsville Red Foxes. This is probably the best offensive line that I've seen all season. I had some other ones in mind until I saw this game here, and they moved to the top of the list. These guys are blowing Union County off the football.
Extra point is not there as Williamson unable to put it through.
There's that point back that Union County left on the board last time they scored, so that becomes even now. And you thought people couldn't fly. Trey Rogers took off from about the 3-yard line and landed about 3 yards deep. Right there by that C in the Gamecocks.
7 touchdowns have been recorded here in the first half. We're still halfway through, not even halfway through the second quarter. 8 minutes to play here in the half. Look at that drive, 8 plays, 68 yards, 3 minutes off the clock. Trey Rogers, 3rd touchdown of the half. This one from 1 yard away.
I mentioned earlier, there's 2 Treys in the backfield. There's a Trey Gaddison catching passes. I know 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, right? Look at this. Doesn't it look like Christmas over there? Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That Hartsville Red Fox that color red. They play the home games at Kellytown Stadium in Hartsville, South Carolina.
Well, talking about Christmas, Hartsville in their backfield, they have Dasher, Prancer, and Vixen.
And I tell you what, Union County's got to come up with an answer to stop that sleigh from riding right now, because 21-point deficit, 8 minutes left to play in the ball game. This plays in Hartsville's hands, Birch, because they want to keep the ball on the ground anyway. They can play keep away in the second half if they want to. If this lead stays like this, Union County's got to make this more of a ball game here going down the stretch in the second quarter.
34-13, Hartsville leading. I'll tell you, Keystone Smith and Union County, never count them out, Stacey. No. They could be down by 100 and still come back.
I'm excited to see them come back, because this has been some exciting football. You got a highlight package for the whole season right here in one game.
Here we go, Keystone Smith. Quick fire, incomplete here on the near sideline. 7:56 remaining here in the half. There's Steve Tannehill, head coach in his first year. How about the job he has done, Stacey? Moving up from Chesterfield, where he won 3 1A state championships in his first year at Union County, taking his team on the road in the playoffs 4 consecutive weeks.
Yep.
To the state championship here in Columbia.
After finishing the regular season 5-5 and needing help to get into the playoffs, somebody else had to win a game the last week of the season for them to even get into the playoffs.
Keystone Smith with time, moves right. Look at that arm, has a man far side.
Heck of a play that time.
Incomplete. Great job by the 2 Hartsville defensive backs, Shy Phillips, who has had some big plays, and Quez Council on the coverage of T.J. Foster. But just so impressed with his arm of Keystone Smith.
We throw from one hash, we throw it right across the field to the other side, folks. That's a big league throw right there. That's some college kids that can't make that throw. The defensive back just happened to be there and get an arm up.
Smith put it right there on the money.
Yes. And he's capable of connecting on that, and you'll see him throw some long ones that are good. It's just a matter of will it be enough tonight.
So 3rd down 10 now here for Union County. Little time for Smith. Steps up, throws, connects to midfield. Calais Jones again.
Keystone Smith is throwing fastballs. The catcher's got one finger down, Birch. Fastballs down the middle all day. Take a look at that. Calais Jones, 3 catches for 74 yards. 43 is the longest. And watch this rifle right here. This is heat, folks. That's heat.
What does the radar gun say on that one?
It's got to be. It's up in the 90s. But I'll tell you what, he makes the ball stick to the receiver's chest.
Little pistol formation here from the shotgun. Union County left side trying to turn the corner. Hartsville is there. Hartsville making the stop. That's number 23, the strong safety, Dantes Rogers.
5'11", 175-pound junior. He just comes in. That's just speed right there. He got to the ball, and he's flying around the field. Hartsville's having a lot of fun on both sides of the ball, though. They're a fast team. And they're utilizing their speed to their advantage on offense and defense right now.
Two receivers, top of your screen for Keystone Smith. 61 touchdowns in 2012 for the senior quarterback. He completes that pass to Trey Davis, and Davis is going to be stopped short of the first down marker, but he is into Hartsville territory at the 43-yard line.
It'll be about 3rd and 2 right here, Birch. Take a look at this play. Shotgun formation, a little 5-step drop from that, setting up the screen. Hits his man there, 23, Trey Davis, senior. Good short tackle by Hartsville to prevent that first down, but you got to like your chances 3rd and 3 now for Union County, the way they've been moving the ball.
Now, I've said this before. Keystone Smith reminds me a lot of Malcolm Long, who was a quarterback for Gaffney. They're kind of built the same way. Here is Smith rumbling out to the 25-yard line.
And one thing I'll say is different, though. Much more speed and athletic ability on Keystone Smith. Malcolm Long went on to play some productive season at South Carolina State University, and Kirsten Smith waiting on an opportunity to play on Saturdays as well. Somebody will snap him up, but he's a great athlete for his size, 6'2", 234, but he can move. As you see right there, some nice quicks, nice cutting ability, very agile kid, and a determined runner. Didn't want to run out of bounds. Good job.
Keaston Smith is essentially a middle linebacker that can throw the football a mile. Big hit on the receiver at the end of that play, but Calais Jones pops right back up.
Quez Council had a little council meeting that time with Calais Jones. Got that right as the ball did. Great throw again at Kirsten Smith. I mean, look at this. He just rifles that thing. That's perfect. He hits the receiver right where it needed to be. It went through his arms actually before the hit. Calais Jones wasn't able to pull it in. He's had some big catches though early in this first half of football.
34-13, Hartsville with the lead. 5:21 remaining here in the first half from Columbia. Smith puts two receivers out to his right with Davis in the backfield. Plenty of time, stepping up, throwing for the end zone, and overshoots his intended receiver. Was looking for Victor Ruth in the back of the north end zone.
And running right there with him, Shy Phillips, a tall corner, 6'1". That's next level kind of size at cornerback, 6'1", 175. But look, there's Coach Taneyhill. Not really phased. He's going to keep calling plays. 3rd and 10.
Shortest his hair has ever been here at Williams-Brice Stadium.
Yes. He was known for his hair as a freshman back in the day as a player for the Gamecocks.
Hall of Fame quarterback for University of South Carolina, now leading the sidelines at Union County. Keaston Smith firing right side. And that catch is hauled in at the 20-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. So that will bring up 4th down and 5. And you've got to think Union County believes they're in 4-down territory here.
Calais Jones pulls it in right there with a man draped all over his back right there. Good coverage that time by 21. Trayvon Sellers, another Trey. Trayvon this time.
And good confidence in Keaston Smith in his receiver, Calais Jones.
Yes, no doubt about it. You're going to see some more confidence right here. 4th and 5, Birch. Going for it.
Look out for number 6 here. This is where Keaston Smith can be so dangerous. And Steve Taneyhill wants a timeout.
This reminds me of a Taneyhill story at Chesterfield. One of those years he won a championship there. We'll talk to him, get a comment from Coach Taneyhill, then I'll tell his story. I got a good story about him.
Well, we asked Coach Taneyhill what's so special about these Union County Yellow Jackets.
Well, we ended the regular season 5-5, and here we are in the state championship game. So, obviously, to win the 4 playoff games, all 4 on the road, and it's my first year at Union County. So, you got a bunch of different things going on, with the regular season and the playoff run, and my first year, and the first time in 10 years that Union's been back at the state championship. So, you got a lot of things kind of going on to make it exciting and fun. But I think it's just the way we've played the last 4 weeks and the month of November. It's been a roller coaster season, but man, November's been it's been great to be a part of, and I know the kids feel the same way.
Taneyhill, a bit of a riverboat gambler. Remember, Chesterfield, he called a timeout with a 4th down, 4th and 15, and threw a pass in the end zone. It was called back because of a holding. It became 4th and 25 from midfield. He went for it again, ran the same play, and converted it again from midfield. 4th and 25. And stared the referee down.
4th down. Keaston Smith, little pump fake. He's going to throw. Catch is made. Victor Ruth. Victor Ruth is into the end zone. No signal yet. Did he get stopped short?
Thought he'd go and reach for the sky on that one. It looks like he broke the plane. And
he was held up right at the goal line.
Showing up the Mohawk right there.
Big 4th down play right there.
That was huge. That was huge.
Or it looks like, Stacy, hold on.
They did call it a touchdown. We didn't see the indication. I never saw it. And now
it was a score.
Ref looked to the sideline of this side and threw his hands up. But, yeah, he got in.
So Keaston Smith showing off his arm on that play and going right to his moneymaker, Victor Ruth. Shetley is up and good. 4:21 remaining here in the half. 34-20.
54 points in the first half. Look at that shoulder roll right there. Great fake. Kirsten Smith, and a good catch by Ruth, and finishing up. Yeah, he got in. Definitely got in the end zone, but watch the shoulder roll to move to safety. Great job. That's how you teach it. You're doing it better than that at quarterback camp, folks. Kirsten Smith, a special player, and yeah, the plane was broken, and Victor Ruth did a great job finishing that play. They were within shouting distance. Got to yell kind of loud, but it down 14 points.
Back to a two-possession game now. Victor Ruth, a 20-yard touchdown reception to cap off a 10-play, 70-yard scoring drive, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. And that touchdown coming on 4th and 5.
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you, fans watching on the South Carolina High School League Network, wherever you are, go ahead and wake the kids, call the neighbors, because we're going to have ourselves a very good one as this game progresses.
Kicking team,
as they
5-yard penalty.
As they say in the old West TV shows, going to put on a pot of coffee also, because we might be here a while. A lot of passes in the ball game, a lot of stoppage of play, but the scoreboard is continuously changing. And it is amazing the amount of playmakers on both sides of this field right here. Both coaches know how to coach some offense, and 34-20, 54 points.
Taking a look at total offense in this game right now for Hartsville, Stacy, 24 plays, 273 yards. For Union County, 32, 216 yards. So almost 500 yards of offense as that return into Union County territory.
And we're far from done yet, my friend. Take a look right here. And that's Trey Gaddison, wide receiver. Gets some great blocking up front, and he runs the daylight right there, folks. And that's set up, man. They're on the 41-yard line of Union County. That's a pretty good return, and you got to feel good about your chances right here if you're Hartsville.
8 touchdowns scored, almost 500 yards of total offense. Here's Hartsville now out to the 35 of Union County.
Somebody's running around out there without a helmet, because there's one sitting right by the Gamecock at midfield. It is a Hartsville High School lineman, number 71, has to lead the game due to the helmet rule. That's number 71, Evan Baker, the 6'3", 265-pound senior offensive lineman. So he goes off for one play, and he can come in after this next one here.
So see the yellow jacket on the sidelines for Union County. Here's Hartsville now. 2nd down 5. Going left side, trying to kick it out wide. And he has enough for the first down out of bounds at the 30.
Look at that. Look at the crowd right there. The crowd's happy. They see the camera. Championship Saturday night. Those noise makers really are noise. Trust me.
So Union County and that 3-headed monster of a backfield. Dominic Robinson, Trey Rogers, Trey Samuel, and Shaquille Johnson, the quarterback, Shaq Johnson. You know, you've got to give him credit for his ball movement and his ball fakes.
Yes, got to be a little bit of a magician back there, quarterback.
He knows how to direct that offense. Dominic Robinson is hit and taken down inside the 30. Good tackle there by Devontae Wood, the defensive end. The 6'1" senior. He's the sack leader for Union County with 9 sacks.
And this defense, Coach Tannehill spoke about, you know, early on in the season or midway through the season, he made some changes on the defensive side of the ball, especially put some younger players in there, trying to get more speed on the field. I feel like they wasn't fast enough.
I should say Devontae Wood second on the team in sacks. Jamarcus Henderson, the other defensive end, 16 on the year. Johnson wants to pass, going to the end zone. No flag. No, yep, there it is.
Yeah, he got there beat early. Not a bad defensive play, folks. The timing just a little bit off. It's hard to get your timing right when you're running that fast. And that was Antonio Tucker, who had a big tackle the last time they were in this red zone area, but got there just a beat early, Birch. And, you know, can't blame the young man for trying to be a ball hawk and make a play on the ball, but just the timing off by a second, that's going to cost 15 yards for Union County.
Pass interference against the defense. After this is the goal, automatic first down.
3:03 remaining here in the half, and Hartsville looking for more points. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad cover. He was there. But he just goes, when they go up for the ball, contact is made right there, a beat before the ball gets there. Can't go through the receiver to touch the ball, and he went over the top of Trey Gaddison.
How about Shaq Johnson? You know, he throws a very good ball as well. Left side, inside the 5, he's in there, touchdown. Another for Trey Samuel in Hartsville. And the Red Foxes are in the end zone again with 2:54 remaining. Trey Samuel from 14 yards away. And Samuel now close to 200 yards here in the first half alone.
That's just an excellent job of running the ball right there. Great blocking, but the vision to cut back right there. He swerved the middle, ran like a little S pattern that time. Started outside, went in, and swerved back outside. And just a good job of using his speed to his advantage. And when you run for 1,900 yards, Birch, no doubt you can read blocks very well. He did all that on that play.
So Hartsville now 41-20. We have 61 points on this scoreboard here in the first half alone.
Roger, you saw him zig and zag that time and get 6 points for his effort. 194 yards on 11 carries for that young man. The senior, 4 plays, 41 yards on that particular drive. They used up 1:27 on the clock. That's his second touchdown of the night. Trey Samuel with that 14-yard run, his second touchdown of the night. And his mate in the backfield, Trey Rogers, also has 2 touchdowns on the night.
2:54, and Trey Samuel, Stacy, 17.6 yards a carry in this ball game.
That's a little gaudy. That's a little extra.
Well, you know, he came in averaging 13.
Right, so he's up the ante a little bit. He may settle down. He may have a couple runs that aren't quite 17 yards as we go along, but all that's impressive. And that's all a tribute to the offensive scheme and the blocking by the boys up front.
Union County looking for a big return, picking up some blocks, and now the hole is shut at the 29-yard line. At halftime, Stacy, our spotter and statistician Ryan Johnson, he's going to the car to get a backup computer.
Exactly. Change the batteries, whatever you got in there, reload. An amazing 61 points.
And an injured player on the field for Union County. It is
Hartsville, a Hartsville player down.
Hartsville, I apologize. It's Fisher Payne who came up with that big interception back in the first quarter. Seems like the first quarter was
and he jumps
a week ago.
He jumps up and spins and yells when he gets up, and the crowd reacts to that. He hopped up and did a little 180 as he jumped up off the ground. Yeah, he's looking for his helmet. He wants to go back in. My man, you got to sit out at least one, buddy. But they having fun on the Hartsville side over there, no doubt about it.
2 minutes, 47 seconds remaining here in the half. 61 points on this scoreboard here at Williams-Brice Stadium. 41 belonging to Hartsville. Union County with 20. Union County is going to run with Trey Davis. And Davis out to the 35-yard line, but a flag comes in off the side.
But counterplay that time where little sprint draw. There's another player down for Hartsville. Little sprint draw by Kirsten Smith, and he hands off to his running back there. But we got a player down in a white jersey for Hartsville.
I think that might be Dwayne McDaniel for Hartsville that is down, shaking up on the play.
There's a penalty on the play as well. We'll have to wait for the indication of the penalty. It's got a little chilly out here tonight. It was a beautiful day as we started out.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely. And even tonight, perfect weather for football. It is number 78 for Hartsville sitting up right now. And Dwayne McDaniel, 6 foot, 235-pound junior defensive lineman, and he runs off. That crowd over there is
holding,
very enthusiastic.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So holding is the call. As we hear from our referee here tonight, John Price. 2 minutes, 39 seconds to play here in the first half. And Union County now after the penalty at their own 20. Keaston Smith with plenty of time. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Keaston Smith is going to throw one on the run, and just unloads out of bounds, incomplete.
Good job by him. That's good recognition. Save the yardage, don't force a bad throw, and get out of the tackle box, so there's no grounding on that play. So live to play another play.
Coming up at halftime, stay with us because we'll have a great program for you. We'll hear from the bands and principals from these schools and even more. Hear from Columbia in the 3A state championship. And the officials will stop the action as a timeout has been taken by Jeff Calabrese and Hartsville.
That is their first time.
Hartsville leading Union County here in Columbia 41-20. Hartsville getting touchdown runs. Trey Rogers with 2 and Trey Samuels with several. We asked Coach Jeff Calabrese what's so special about this year's version of the Hartsville Red Foxes.
The kids. I think that our kids have been amazing. We've been through quite a lot this year, and our kids have drawn together and have been close for a long time. They've played together for a long time, but it's a special group of young men. I don't know that we're the most talented team, but they're just a bunch of kids that play for each other, and that's what makes them special.
There's Jeff Calabrese. And Stacy, we were showing that interview with Jeff Calabrese on the big screen here at Williams-Brice Stadium, and as soon as Jeff Calabrese came on that big screen, the whole side of that Hartsville stadium over there here at Williams-Brice Stadium, they are on the east stands. They went berserk.
Yeah.
I mean, a huge round of applause. They absolutely love and adore Jeff Calabrese.
They do, and he spoke about this senior class, this football team, this community. They've been close. They've been close.
And they can't even hear what Jeff Calabrese had to say. They just saw his picture.
Yeah, they were close. They were close anyway. And then when they were touched by tragedy with the passing of Ronald Rouse, they became even closer. But this been a close-knit community and football team to the community anyway. And it just, got more galvanized. But they couldn't even hear him talking. And just by his picture being on the screen, they went berserk. That's love for your coach.
Little pump fake here for Keaston Smith. Stands in, fires, catch made. Out to the 35, fighting for the marker, and he's going to be short. That catch is hauled in by Victor Ruth. Take another look here at Keaston Smith. Nice little fake to draw in the secondary and then free some space there for Victor Ruth on that far side of the field.
Wide open on that play.
And another 4th and short coming up here. The last time that Union County was in this position, they went for it and made it.
Coach Tannehill told me earlier this week that the play of the wide receivers would be key for his ball team tonight. And he said especially Victor Ruth. And Victor Ruth has come to play now. He's put up some numbers. He's done his part. He and Calais Jones have both shown up. But they're going to have to come up and make really big plays for Keaston Smith if they're going to come back in the second half. Look at that moon, Birch.
Absolutely gorgeous. Full moon over Williams-Brice Stadium here in the heart of Columbia, the capital city of the Palmetto State of South Carolina. Union County 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions and also scoring the touchdown on 4th down.
Yeah, that's a way to convert a 4th down with a touchdown. That's a pretty good, makes it like a really good call.
Fourth and short, Union County inside their own 40. Keaston Smith calls his own number. He's got it and more. Keaston Smith into Hartsville territory, bulldozing his way down to the 45-yard line.
Keaston Smith looking like a grown man out there, running amok. Runaway freight train, folks, right there coming at you. If Jerome Bettis were a quarterback, there you have it. He just absolutely mushes the defensive back right there. Please.
Strike up the Soul Asylum. That's your runaway train right there.
Yes, sir.
Keaston Smith again with time. Steps up in the pocket. Fires downfield. Incomplete.
It's going to be a penalty.
A little late hit coming in there.
Hit a defenseless receiver. That was a step after the ball went past. And when that contact's called right there, you know, high school football is all about protecting players.
He had a lot of momentum coming in.
Yeah, even more so than the pro and college level. Wasn't a dirty play, but they're going to call it. I mean, it's going to be called. That's the way the rules work. And, you know, the fact he didn't mean to do it is not going to sway the officials. It's just one of those things when you hit a guy like that, they want you to make every effort to avoid that play because he had no chance to protect himself on that play.
Try stopping your car going 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, that 4.4, 4.5 speed we got running around out there, it's kind of hard to sometimes put the brakes on it.
After the play, personal foul against the defense, 15 yards, results in first down.
Yeah, because it wasn't even a vicious hit, but it was solid contact. And the young man didn't see it coming, but yeah, he didn't try to lay him out at all. And there's the Union County cheerleaders. No matter what, there's still no school tomorrow.
Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Union County looking at first down and 10 from there. Keyston Smith, who has run for 2 touchdowns, thrown for 1, in the shotgun with an empty backfield. Plenty of time for Smith. Throws, catch made. That's Chris Booker down to the 15-yard line. How about this offensive line and pass protection for Union County? That pocket has been well defined.
Yeah, they deserve some props
for Keyston Smith.
Yeah, I've seen the praises of Hartsville's offensive line, but Keyston Smith has had a lot of time standing back there. He's been pretty much unbothered all evening, except when it was a design rollout, and that time he threads the needle.
Smith. We're looking for running room as a flag comes in. Smith still on his feet. Smith, 5. Smith into the end zone. It's a touchdown if it stands. I don't think it will.
Unfortunately, it's coming back, and that's going to waste a great.
What an individual effort.
Great individual effort that time. That's the phrase I was looking for. Keyston Smith is just. This kid is a beast. That's the word that's been used a lot these days, but sometimes it suits. And right there, he fakes a little belly dive handoff right there, and that's just him right there. He outruns. He breaks the tackle at 34, breaks the tackle there. How many guys did he run through?
10 yards.
Did everybody on that defense from Hartsville get a hand on him on that play? Pretty much. And unfortunately, that play doesn't count, folks, but we did see it happen. So Keyston Smith is absolutely the athlete we thought he was coming into this ball game.
Yeah, if this were paintball, that jersey for Keyston Smith would be white and red, not black and yellow.
Maybe if it were paintball, they have a chance to tackle him.
So after the penalty, they're inside the 30. Smith again with time, steps up in the pocket. Nice catch made inside the 20-yard line. That's Victor Ruth again. He's had a nice game. Victor Ruth, he was our other spotlight star for Union County.
Watch this short tackle by 21. Trayvon Sellers, though. Great throw, just a rifle throw right there. Great catch with the hands by Ruth, and great short tackle by Trayvon Sellers to make sure, and that's just a body slam at the end of that to make sure he couldn't break free for a first down.
Second down, 13. Smith steps up, and that pass is intercepted. Return to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 40. One man to beat, and that's Keyston Smith. 30, 20, 15. He is gone. That is a touchdown for Hartsville. That is a touchdown, Fisher Payne. The second interception of the night, and he goes the distance. Fisher Payne.
He was hurt. He was down on the turf a few minutes ago. Number 34 right there on your screen on the carom. Birch, take a look at this right here, and you'll see at the bottom of your screen. And I won't call our players by name, but there's a player that was pass was intended for, did not react to the play right there, did not pursue a tackle on the play. Could have made the play, and a touchdown results for Hartsville. The intended receiver on that play looked at the bench in frustration when the ball was intercepted.
And how about that block that he got downfield on the return? Fisher Payne.
That's just a beautiful play by a linebacker. That's a linebacker's dream of that play.
The kick is up, and it is good. As Williamson tacks on the extra point, it is now 48-20. in favor of Hartsville.
And that's not the way you want to end the second quarter burst. This game is taking on the look of a good old-fashioned right now.
10 seconds left. Union County thinking they were going to get some points on the board before halftime, and Hartsville and Fisher Payne says, no, we're going to do that.
Fisher Payne was in pain a few plays ago, folks, on his back, jumped up, went and got his helmet and came back to work. And 2 interceptions for that young man. I'll definitely check the stats, but I'm not sure how many he had during the season, but I'm pretty sure he hadn't had too many 70, 80-yard runs this season.
We're going with 86 yards on the return, or actually 91 on the return for Fisher Payne. 91-yard interception return for a touchdown. Boy, the highlight reel is just bulging at the seams here tonight because we have seen a ton of great plays from both of these teams. And we have 10 seconds remaining here in the half. Catch made at the 20. Here's a little hole, but he is bumped down at the 27-yard line with 5 seconds left to play. On the return for Union County, that was
Ruth, I believe.
Yeah, Victor Ruth.
Tackle made by Martell Pons for Hartsville, number 33, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. And 3 seconds left for Union County here before halftime.
91-yard interception return for a touchdown by Fisher Payne. He's got 2 picks on the night.
This new scoreboard here at Williams-Brice, I wonder what's the most points that's been scored on this with this scoreboard here this season. We might be approaching that.
I think you're exactly right, Stacy. 48-20, 68 on it right now. I'm sure it holds 100 because we're probably heading there and even more. Timeout on the field here.
Yeah, both teams combined, we're probably going to get close to that mark, but Union County's got to make sure that one team doesn't get close to it.
Stay with us. Halftime, we'll have the marching bands performing for us from Union County and from Hartsville. We'll be talking to the principals of both schools. We'll have our highlights. There are a bunch. We're going to have an extended halftime edition, and we'll have your Honda halftime stats as well, and there's a ton of those also.
Well, you say a bunch and a ton, but I'm from Chesterfield County, which is right there neighboring Hartsville. And
it's a bushel and a peck?
No, a heap.
A heap.
A heap of highlights in this ball game. Yeah, my parents actually live about 15 miles from the Hartsville city limits.
Keyston Smith fires across the middle and taken out to the 40, and that's going to be the last play of a very busy first half of action here from Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, lighting up the scoreboard as Hartsville leads Union County 48-20. Stay with us. We've got our halftime show coming up here on the SCHSL Network.
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Time Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
We're at the half here in Columbia, 3A state championship. Hartsville leading Union County 48-20. Very busy first half action here from Williams-Brice Stadium. Now it is time to get some halftime entertainment. We will take a look at the bands from both high schools, Hartsville and Union County. But up first, Hartsville High School and the Red Regime under the direction of band director Lance Stockton. The drum majors, William Camp and Janae Peterson. They are 80 members strong, performing Machine. It is original music by John Meehan and John Mapes. Here is the Red Regime from Hartsville High School, getting ready to perform at halftime of the Class 3A 2012 State Football Championship, and they will be followed by the band from Union County High School, the Sting Machine. Waiting for Hartsville to get everything in place. The Red Regime, again, Lance Stockton is the band director, and they're going to be performing some original music for us here tonight. This halftime performance is entitled Machine, and we look like we should be ready to go here at the half in a 48-20 lead for Hartsville over Union County. Well, let's go over and join the third member of our broadcast crew. Down to the field set. Take it away, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, just a few moments ago, I'm here with the principals, and we saw a difference of emotion with them on that last interception for a touchdown. The gentleman to my right is Dr. Charlie Berry Jr., the principal at Hartsville, and he was excited to see that interception return for a touchdown. The gentleman to my left, Floyd Lyles, is the principal at Union County, and Floyd wasn't so happy about that one. But, Floyd, you do have to be happy that your team's here. And, gentlemen, first of all, let me congratulate both of you that your teams have made the state championship game. I know it's been a while since both these teams have been here, so congratulations. Floyd, we'll begin with you. Your team has not been to the state championship game since 2002. If you're able to take this trophy home with you, what would it mean for your community and your school?
Oh, it's definitely a big deal for our community. Just being back in this game, all of our schools, every one of our schools participated this week in our pep rally. Our entire community was a huge deal. If you can look at the crowd, I mean, if you look at our crowd, everyone in Union is here tonight, so it's special. It's special to be here.
And it's a very emotional season for everyone at Hartsville. Obviously, many of our viewers home know that one of the players, Ronald Rouse, tragically passed away earlier this season. I know a lot of your players had him on their mind here tonight, what would it mean for your community and especially for his family and these team members to win a state championship in his honor?
Well, it'd just be the final step in a miraculous season and the healing process for us. Of course, we're going to remember Ronald for an awfully long time, but our kids have been playing for him all year, playing for the school, playing for the community. It has truly been the best of times and the worst of times at Hartsville High School and in our community. We've experienced some great academic success. We entered the season coming off 2 state championships with boys basketball and our girls softball team, and then we've lost 3 students in the last 8 months. So been some real good times and some real tough times too.
And we're sorry to hear about those losses, but speaking of the good times, talk to us a little bit about some of the successes that your school's had in the classroom.
Well, 3 of our last 4 State Department of Education report cards have been excellent. Our SAT scores are improving. On the national report card that we get, we had a B average, which was 88, and we were pleased with that. We're an international baccalaureate school. That's meant a great deal to our school and our community and our students. Got a lot of good things going on at Hartsville High School.
Great to hear that, and a lot of great things going on in Union County as well, Floyd, correct?
Yes, sir. We have a theme called Jack and Power, and it's really, we put it within the swarm and say, number one, we're going to have academic success. So throughout our school, we've implemented some new things. This is my 2nd year as principal at Union, and we're trying to create a different environment. We're trying to create a positive school environment, climate, starting with academics. And we have a great, great senior class and community support, outstanding staff and teachers. So we're really, really excited about, this is just a part being here in this game, but it started with our academics first.
Speaking about football, you said a lot of your football team's young, but this is a great experience for them, not only for this year, but in the future.
Yes, sir. Just starting out, we last year we were 4-8. Coach Tannehill came in his first year, and he have a lot of young players who's never had success. So this year we were 5-5 at the end of the season, and we went into playoffs and just made a run. So it's special to be here, and hopefully we have a much better second half.
Now, we still have a whole second half of football to play, as Floyd said, but if your team can hold on and win, you'd complete a perfect season. What would that mean for Hartsville?
Well, Hartsville's never had a perfect season. We've got a lot of great football tradition in Hartsville. We've won for 50 years or so. We've never had an unbeaten, untied season, though. The 1965 team did not lose a game. They tied.
Now taking the field.
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Time Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
at the half here in Columbia, and now let's listen to the Union County High School Sting Machine. They've got the mixtape here tonight, performing a few of their favorites.
I want to thank both bands, Red Regime from, of course, Hartsville, for their performance to begin the halftime. And also wrapping it up.
Well, how about that? The Sting Machine from Union County High School, just playing a few of their favorites, a lot of fun. The Union County Sting Machine, Matthew Chastain, Jeff Key, Kevin Hames, and Catherine Peterson, the band directors, and the drum major, Rodney Inman. We are at the half. It is 48-20. And let's take a look at our highlights. We've got a bunch of those, or as Stacey Huff would say, a heap of highlights for you. We'll get it started here with Hartsville in the first quarter. That is Trey Samuel scoring, or actually stopped short of the goal line, and then Trey Rogers picks it up.
Finishes it up for him.
And we won't see the last of Trey Rogers. Then here is Union County. Keyston Smith finding Calais Jones. Big night for Keyston Smith, especially running the football as he finds pay dirt from 11 yards away. It was 14-7 at that point. More scoring to go, though. Here comes Hartsville.
Dominic Robinson, the little guy, the smallest of the backs. And look at this power run by 6'2", 234-pound Keyston Smith. That's his 21st touchdown on the ground this season.
Yeah, he has 61 total now. As he finds here Victor Ruth. Ruth loses the hood, but keeps the ball. And then right after that, another Hartsville score from Trey Samuel, who has a ton of yards in the first half. Then Keyston Smith off the receiver's hands and into the linebacker's arms for Hartsville, and that's Fisher Payne going 91 yards. Keeps just enough oxygen in the tank. A ton of offense and a nice defensive touchdown as well. Here's your score, 48-20. Look at that total offense. 253 rushing yards for Hartsville, 111 for Union County. Union County with 178 through the air. Hartsville 46. 299 yards on the Hartsville side of the ledger, 289 on the Union County side of the ledger. 26 first downs in this ball game. Union County controlling the time and possession, but on the scoreboard, going to Hartsville.
The stats like it should be a close game, but instead it's a 28-point, deficit for Union County.
Well, we've got the second half kickoff when we return here on the SCHSL Network.
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Time Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the number 1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
Welcome back to Columbia, South Carolina. This is Williams-Brice Stadium in the 3A State Championship football game. Hartsville leading Union County 48-20. I am Bert Chantley along with Stacy Huff here on the South Carolina High School League Network. And Stacy, we went over those halftime stats, but individually, how about the performance from Trey Samuel from Hartsville? 11 carries, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keyston Smith on the other side for Union County, the senior quarterback, 11 of 28 through the air, 178 yards, a touchdown. He does have those 2 interceptions, 8 rushes, 93 yards, and 2 scores. And for Hartsville, Trey Rogers, the fullback, 31 yards on the ground, but 3 touchdowns.
All those would be good stats for a ball game. 2 games for some people. This is a half. 24 minutes of football to play and a lot more highlights coming, folks. The team that has the most highlights in this next half will get to lift a big heavy trophy and take it back to their hometown.
Hartsville kicks it away to Union County to start this second half. Union County looking for a good return. They're getting one here out to the 30, to the 35, and chopped down at the 40-yard line. Victor Ruth on the return for Union County. Stacy, we mentioned that Hartsville, since March, this is their 3rd trip to a state championship. They won the state title in basketball a year ago. As you see, Victor Ruth again on this nice return out to the 40-yard line. And they also won the state championship in softball.
And I just spoke with the softball coach a few moments ago, and I'll share that conversation after this play. Told the softball coach Bobby Sowell during our break at halftime just then, and he approached me and he said, first he thanked us for mentioning the softball championship, and then he said, Stacey, here's an interesting story for you. When we got off the bus after winning the state championship in softball, the first person at the bus waiting to greet his team and congratulate them was Coach Calabrese, the football coach. He said he hopes to repay Coach Calabrese tonight after Coach Calabrese gets his first title on this evening right here. So that's great. That's the community spirit of Hartsville High School in the town of Hartsville.
Left side, and this is a nice run for Trey Davis in Union County. That's enough for a Yellow Jacket first down. 11-12 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Hartsville leading 48-20. But Union County, we've seen how that offense can score, Stacy. So this game, we still have 2 quarters left to play, and it is still up for grabs.
Yeah, 48 points might not win this ball game now, so Hartsville doesn't need to, put their offense on ice right now. 48 might not get it done tonight.
Flag comes in.
Snap infraction, offense, 5 yards, first down.
So a snap infraction, 5 yards on Union County. Here's those numbers for Keaston Smith.
The percentage is not what you'd want right there, but 178, folks, that's about over 16 yards. Over 16 yards per pass completion right there.
And he now has actually 62 touchdowns this year, running and throwing. There's a nice completion over to Victor Ruth. And Ruth is out of bounds in Hartsville territory. Actually, it was Chris Booker, number 11. That's Booker's first catch of the night. It goes for 14 yards. Calais Jones, 5 catches, 93. Victor Ruth, 4 for 64 and a touchdown. So the 2 big targets tonight for Keaston Smith, Calais Jones, number 13, and Victor Ruth, number 1. They're going to run it with Davis this time, and he is brought down, collared right at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you who came in like he was shot out of a cannon. Number 28, Laquan Hagler right there. He just flew into the camera range just then like he was set on fire. And the play had no chance. Look at his speed. Watch 28 just come out of nowhere, just like a shot, right? Just like scraping down the line right there. And he just corralled the runner. That was a very, very well-diagnosed play by the defense. They were ready for it.
Yeah, Rogers leading tackler in this game with 8. Trey Sellers with 5. And Fisher Payne 4 for Hartsville. And that big 91-yard touchdown off the interception return. Smith steps up, fires, has his man near sideline, and left foot goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That's a catch for TJ Foster, and that's TJ's first grab of the night.
That's key that his foot went out right there. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Birch, had he was able to stay in bounds right there, he might have been able to break there for some big yardage, but instead it's going to be 4th and 2. Jacket having a good time tonight.
$9:52 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down, 2 to go for Union County at the Hartsville 42. Keaston Smith is going to throw, lofts one up and just over the hands of Dakota Ivester.
And it was there.
Who was lined up in the tight end position.
Great play call by Coach Taneyhill over there, and that's that that wildcat play that you see sometimes. Tim Tebow did it at Florida, and we saw it early in the game today. And he faked like he was going to run up the middle, brought the linebackers up, and was going to throw over their heads, and had his man behind everybody. Had that pass been completed to Dakota Eifster, he could have kept on running until he hit pay dirt.
So Hartsville back on offense here to start their portion of the second half. They're going to go left side, turning the corner over there, kicking it outside to the 40-yard line. That's Trey Samuel again. And Trey Samuel now, he's over 2 bills for the night, Stacy.
Yeah, he's heading toward 3 if something's not done here, because this play has been here all night, and anytime they wanted it, it's been available to him. Great blocking out front. The lineman got out there to pulling guard, number 71, put a good block down for him. Evan Baker, and a good block by the receiver, Trey Gaddison, as well.
18 yards a carry in this game for an average for Trey Samuel. He's got 213 yards total on a dozen carries.
That's a little
Union County strings this play to the outside.
Those are obscene numbers being put up by Trey Samuel right now. And you know, not a lot of carries. Only 12 carries in the ball game.
Good look here of the defense, and nice pursuit to the ball there. Coming up out of the secondary position, Martez Crosby, the strong safety.
Dylan Williams blew that play up first to cause a disruption, but it's cleaned up by Foster.
Hartsville looking at second down. And another good stop there by Union County's defense as Hartsville went right at that interior. Cameron Queen in there, number 57, along with number 55, Devontae Wood.
Hey, look, we've almost gone 4 minutes in the third quarter and haven't had a touchdown. It's maybe the longest time we've gone. What's wrong with these guys? Trey Rogers, 10 carries, 33 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's making the most of your carries. Scoring on 33% of his touches.
So third down here for Hartsville, 3rd and 7. Union County puts 5 defenders on the line, now 6. They're going to run left side. Trey Samuel slips down, shy of the first down marker. And Union County, the Yellow Jacket defense, doing their job here, looking to sweep that Hartsville offense off the field.
This time, Samuel cuts it back inside. A lot of times he's bounced it outside. He cuts it back inside this time, and good job by Union County balling him up right there. Good job by the linebackers running to the ball. We can bring up 4th and 4.
Coach William-Brice keeps his offense on the field. Shaq Johnson under center. He's going to give it left side. Trey Samuel, he's got the first down as a flag comes flying in.
Did you see the arm on that referee? He threw that flag about 25 yards, man. Sign him up. You see Coach Holbrook over at the USC Gamecocks over here play that baseball not far from here. He may have a relief pitcher in the bullpen. That's a holding call, but
scoring back. That's against Hartsville.
Very impressive throw by the referee.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards. Spot a foul. 4th down.
You know what, Stacey? We have only had 1 punt in this ball game tonight, and that came from Union County.
And if Hartsville's not punting right now, then we might not see a whole lot more, because Union County may go 4 downs the rest of the ball game, if need be.
4th and 11 here in Hartsville. They're going to go for it again. Ball spotted at the 40. Trey Samuel, 217 yards, and a pair of scores. Johnson wants to fire, has a man, far side, no, almost a circus catch, but I think that Union County's defender, TJ Foster, may have gotten a hand in there late. That could have been just a spectacular defensive play as well.
That was another look. That was a great play call that time. He caught him sleeping. He got behind his man, but the safety came over with it and does what a safety should do. He comes up and dislodges the ball.
Yeah, that's a great play by Foster.
He laid a hit down right as the ball got in. That's perfect timing that time. A little celebration afterwards that time. I don't, interesting right there, but Union County gets the ball now.
So a stop on defense for Union County. And they have the ball back with Keyston Smith drifting left. Now cuts up right. And he's going to fire that ball incomplete. Knew he did not have anybody in the vicinity. Did not want to risk losing yardage. That's a good play. That's a good incompletion.
It is a good incompletion that time. And
you know, a lot of his incompletions have been good incompletions.
Yeah, he's thrown a few away, and that's smart. You know, Coach Tannehill, having your head coach be a guy who quarterback at a very high level, he knows, you know, how to make the most of a throwaway of a pass, and he saves downs, goes to the next play without throwing ball into trouble. So that was a good job that time. Live for another play. Don't try to force anything.
I will definitely get right there. And we got to stop.
See the defensive coordinator over there.
And get another stop. Okay? Now.
Encouraging Union County Yellow Jacket defense, saying we need another stop. You now know you can do it. Go do it again. Smith over in the far flat completes the pass out to the 45-yard line with the catch. That's Chris Booker, his second of the night. Chris Booker heading to the North-South All-Star game in Myrtle Beach. He will have one more game to play.
Third down 5.
Not very many players can say that.
Exactly right.
Keaston Smith scrambling. Upended short of the first down marker. Needed to get to the 50.
What a tackle by number 3, Freddie Jackson. 5'6", 140, a linebacker. Used his speed that time, and he upended Keaston Smith right before he got to the marker. That's going to be a yard short of the first down. Great tackle that time by little number 3.
You know, he's got 10 tackles for a loss. I was talking with the Hartsville radio crew before this game. That's another one where they say, yeah, a little generous on the roster. They said Freddie Jackson maybe more like 5'5" than 5'6". Here's Keaston Smith getting loose near sideline and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. But they said, you know what, Freddie Jackson is an outside linebacker. This kid is fearless.
Yeah, I tell you what, Freddie Jackson, and not the old soul singer that sang Rock With Me Tonight. It's the new version of Freddie Jackson right here. And anybody remembers that reference, you're my age or older. But that was a good run by Keaston Smith. You'll see more of that. This kid can break the pocket and get first downs and move those chains at any point in time.
So 1st and 10 for Union County in Hartsville territory. Smith, plenty of time, launches a deep ball, far side. Hartsville, did they come down with another interception?
That's Shy Phillips.
Yes, Shy Phillips at the 1-yard line.
Line up the scouts for this kid. He's 6'1", 175 pounds, only a junior, and he's been in the footprints of every wide receiver he's covered. He's been playing great man-to-man defense all night. Watch him go up and high point this football. That's just an athletic play. That's big-time cornerback play, folks. Shy Phillips, folks, got another year to play at Hartsville High School. Sign him up. He's got the size and the speed and the ball skills you want.
That is just an outstanding defensive play there by Shy Phillips. Good hair on that young man, too.
Yeah, he can make the all-hair team.
So a takeaway for Hartsville with 5:37 remaining here in the third. Movement along the line. See who jumped first. And the Union County defense looking for another quick stop here. They want to try to force Hartsville 3 and out, try to get this ball back with good field position, but they're going to be charged with encroachment here.
They just help dig Hartsville out of a hole a little bit right there. Give them a little breathing room. Ball's now on the 7-yard line as opposed to the 2.
Shaq Johnson, split back formation behind him. Running left side is Dominic Robinson, and he is gobbled up behind the line. He's going to be thrown for a loss.
He's going to lose a couple yards on that play.
Cameron Queen in there, the defensive tackle. He's only a sophomore along that front line for Union County. 6'1", 240. There he is, number 57, Cameron Queen.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player. I'll tell you what, both of these teams got some younger players, underclassmen. They're going to be around next year. You know, don't be surprised if you see both of these teams make a run next season, folks. Talking to Coach Steve Tannehill, he says he's got some young wide receivers in his program that are coming up from the JV ranks in the program. He thinks they can get even better in the years to come at the wide receiver position. Now, Keaston Smith is going to be a hard kid to replace. I don't know what they have as a quarterback in the program, but Keaston Smith, a record setter in the state of South Carolina in touchdowns, you got to figure he's going to be a hard kid to replace next season.
So we've got a timeout taken here. It comes with 4:58 remaining. We talked with Coach Calabrese earlier to see what he likes so much about coaching these Hartsville Red Foxes.
I love the kids. I mean, listen, I love the game of football. There's no question. I mean, I've always wanted to, coach it. But the kids is what makes it so special. The interaction, the bonds that you create, the lessons that they teach you as well as you teach them. There's no question. That's why I coach the game of football.
There's Coach Jeff Calabrese. Spent 4 years at West Florence High School before taking over for Louis Lineberger, a legendary coach, 29 years in the business, actually still going over at Johnsonville High School. Won some state championships in the 4A ranks for Hartsville, and Calabrese has done an outstanding job. And I'll tell you, Stacy, I think he can motivate anybody. He just has that personality and that character. Right up the middle goes Hartsville and Dominic Robinson.
No, it was our buddy.
Trey Samuel.
Our buddy Trey Samuel adding to his almost ridiculous numbers on the night. He's heading toward 220 right now, I do believe.
He's over it, 231.
31, excuse me. I stand corrected.
16 carries. 2 touchdowns. His longest run of the night, a 55-yarder. Hartsville, 1st and 10 now. Again, up the middle, following the blocking of the big center, the senior Ethan O'Neill. With the carry, Trey Rogers. Rogers has had a good night as well. Stacy, he has found the end zone here at Williams-Brice Stadium 3 times.
Yeah, the running backs were good as advertised. We knew they came in with 3,000-yard rushers. We knew they had a good offensive line. All those things have come to fruition for Hartsville at the day they needed. Championship Saturday.
2nd down, 6 now here for Hartsville. They're going to go behind center again, this time with Samuel.
Carry again by Trey Samuel.
And good job of plugging that hole, the Union County defense. There's a look again at it.
A lot of volume.
Union County High School Marching Band, the Sting Machine.
They're bringing it right now. It's sounding good.
Making the state championship, Stacy, it's not just all about the football team. The cheerleaders are here, the band. They're on this championship stage as well. It's big, of course, for the coaches.
Principals get to come talk about the school on TV. That's good stuff.
The other staff members at the high schools, and of course, the entire community. More than 92,000 boys and girls in South Carolina compete in athletics during the school year, and the mission of the South Carolina High School League is to create and foster a wholesome athletic environment through fair competition, strong leadership, effective programs, healthful practices, and by encouraging excellence and developing productive citizens. Check out the High School League website at SCHSL.org. Jerome Singleton, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. 1st down, 10 here for Hartsville. Left side, spinning down over the 30 down to the 34. That's Dominic Robinson again.
Piggyback on what you just read there about the character building and the reason people play high school football, and I'll tell you this story in a moment. Good handoff there, good ball handling that time by
nice little leapfrog as well.
Yes. There's a player on Hartsville's team, left guard, kid by the name of, where's number 51? Kid by the name of Ed Reed. Was a junior captain last year. This year's a senior. He stepped aside to allow another teammate to be a captain their senior year. So he stepped down his senior year and gave it up. That's kind of selfishness that Coach Calabrese teaches with this football team.
Yeah, there's a big hole here to the 40, to the 45, into Union County territory, and finally taken down Trey Samuel at the 44-yard line. What a big night on the biggest stage in high school football for Trey Samuel, the senior, making his mark here at Williams-Brice Stadium. Stacy, he now has 253 yards.
Look at this run right here. Watch this cut. That's just vision right there, folks. He cuts right twice on the same play. He was a little stiff arm that time, but Jamarcus Henderson corrals him right there to prevent a touchdown. If not, he'd have been going to La Casa and struck up the band one more time.
And Ed Reed, we were talking about him, Stacy. Coach Calabrese says he was very, very close with Ronald Rouse.
Yes.
There's another big hole for Hartsville. Still on his feet at the 20 and finally taken down at the 15-yard line. Driven down is Trey Rogers.
Reed, we're talking about him. He's a 3-time All-Region player and an AP Honor Roll student as well. Look at that run by Trey Rogers. They hadn't called his number in a while. He's only had 10 carries in the ball game, but what a big run that was right there to put him on the 16-yard line, on the verge of breaking the 50-point barrier right here.
Tell you what, the Hartsville Red Foxes, they've got a trio of bucking Broncos in that backfield. They are tough to take down.
Yes.
We've talked about Keyston Smith, the quarterback for Union County, and how he is like a Brahma bull. Bouncing out left. There's a good tackle on that outside by Union County. That is a great takedown for a loss by Dylan Williams, 5'11", 170-pounder.
Senior linebacker Dylan Williams had a couple of good tackles in his ball game. That was one of them right there, and he just unblocked. He came through that time and filled his gap responsibility like he should. And
that's the first time Samuel has been thrown for a loss. That's a great play.
Exactly. Great form tackle that time by number 47, Dylan Williams.
So it's now 2nd down 13 here for the Red Foxes of Hartsville. 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Here goes Trey Rogers, skipping in between the tackles down to the 14-yard line. Stacy, we might go an entire quarter without seeing a touchdown.
That's amazing considering the way we played in the first quarter. First of all, the first quarter aged me. First quarter was a lifetime, and then the first half was long, and this third
we had
quarter,
68 points in the first half.
That takes a little time.
That's all we have on the scoreboard right now. 48 for Hartsville, 20 for Union County, and we're down to 9 seconds, and Jeff Calabrese is going to let this go. So no points scored in the third quarter. Put 4 fingers in the air. We are heading to the final stanza here in the 3A state championship. Hartsville leads it 48-20 and looking for more. We've got the fourth quarter coming up next here on the South Carolina High School League Network.
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Time Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.
Punch, punch, punch your way to savings. Punch cards are now on sale from Midway Par 3 and Cane Patch Par 3 and Driving Range. For only $125 plus tax, you get 15 rounds of 9 holes or 15 large baskets of balls at either course. No blackout dates. And both courses are lit in season so you can hit the links at night. You must act now to take advantage of this incredible deal. Stop by or call Midway or Cane Patch to purchase your $125 punch card today. On sale through February 28th.
Beautiful look at Williams-Brice Stadium here in Columbia, South Carolina. Birch Antley, Stacey Huff with you to start the fourth quarter of this 2012 edition of the 3A State Football Championship here in the Palmetto State. Time Warner Cable Sports and the South Carolina High School League Network. Hartsville leading Union County 48-20. This drive started back at their own 2-yard line. They're looking at 3rd down and 8 now, inside the Union County 15. Johnson sends a man in motion. He's going to float right. He's going to fire one to the end zone. He makes the catch, but short of the end zone. Nice catch by Trey Gaddison, the wide receiver. And what a play call there by Jeff Calabrese on third down after just pounding it on the ground. A little play action right here with his senior quarterback.
Moved the pocket, rolled his quarterback out. Gaddison runs a nice little route that time, takes advantage of
a great
cushion.
pass because there was good coverage there for Union County.
Threw it away from the coverage, which a good quarterback would do.
Hartsville setting up shop right at the 2-yard line. They'll turn it, give it to Rogers, dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Splashdown for Trey Rogers, his 4th score of the night. With 11:47 remaining in this ball game, and we've got half 100 on the scoreboard now for Hartsville.
Just a good looking play by the offensive line. They got low that time, carved out some real estate, and up over the top. Yamo be there, up and over. Trey Rogers.
I'll give him 10 on the leap. What do you give him on the landing?
The landing, I give him a 7 on that. Came down the ball. Could have knocked the wind out of himself with that ball. Good job.
And the kick from Williamson, who has been very busy tonight himself.
We'll give him 6.
That's right.
That's how many points he got on that.
Take another look.
Yeah, he'll take the 6
again,
right here.
Look at that weaving action in the backfield. You know, it's really a guessing game. It's like playing 3-card Monte.
Yeah, and the Globetrotters do the same thing with Metal Lark Lemon back in the day at the top of the free throw line. It's a great play. It's a great concept, and it's hard to detect if you're not disciplined as a defense.
Yeah, have you ever been up into the streets of New York City? Follow the Queen, follow the Queen.
And people still play that, and you never win it.
Oh, yeah, where's the lady? Well, I tell you, Hartsville, they've got that perfected. 12-play drive, 98 yards, 5 minutes, 50 seconds. Trey Rogers, 4th visit to the end zone tonight, this one from 1 yard. Union County trailing now. Hartsville just, clicking on all cylinders, Stacy. What can you say? Union County has played well, but this Hartsville offense has been very, very strong. Only stopped one time. Here's a good-looking return, though, by Chris Booker over on the far side. Booker is escorted out by a host of Hartsville defenders at the 35.
Birch, Hartsville is playing as if they have a 12th man on the field with them tonight.
And I think they do.
That's exactly what they have, and it's been very obvious.
That 12th man is number 74.
No doubt about it.
Ronald Rouse.
And it's been evident this team has played with an extra gear on both sides of the football, and 11 men can't beat 12. And in that situation, Union County had no chance tonight.
And this big crowd from Hartsville, number 13. But yeah, Ronald Rouse, number 74, we talked about him. Young man tragically lost his life in week number 7 of the high school football season. Was a starting defensive tackle, and it really has weighed heavily on Hartsville. And for the Red Foxes to continue going with a perfect season and then put together this kind of performance and have that spotlight on them after such a tragedy, it shows the character of these young men. It shows the character of their coach and that community.
Coach Calabrese said he didn't really think about wins and losses much after that passing of that young man. They thought about making the most of each day as a team.
Keyston Smith trying to thread that needle, and they're going to draw the flag. Pass interference, we call it, on
maybe
Hartsville. And how about this performance by Calais Jones, too? He's been really big tonight.
He's grabbing a hamstring at the end of that play, but they may get him there may be a personal foul hitting the defensive receiver because the flag came in right there.
Just hard to stop. It wasn't, I don't think, an intentionally ugly play or a malicious hit there from the Hartsville player. I think Calais Jones knows that as well.
Exactly.
Personal foul, helmet contact on the defense, 15 yards, first down.
Well, one Hartsville player tackled him and was bringing him down. It's a lot to ask a player to know the trajectory of a player that's being tackled when you're going in to make a hit yourself. So that's one of the things, not intentional, but all across football, it's been legislated, and it's all for the safety of the players. But it's hard to be a defensive player trying to anticipate that.
Keyston Smith firing, catch made by Victor Ruth. Victor Ruth has had a good night. The receiver, a senior, 5 catches for 77 yards. You know, Stacy, just after the third quarter, I'm just going on our stats after the third quarter. Total offense in this game combined 842 yards.
Again, pinball numbers. Huge offensive output. We knew we would have this, and we have not been let down at all by these offenses.
And those numbers are continuing to grow. Keaston Smith looking for the end zone, has a man wide open. It's there, touchdown. Touchdown, Union County. Touchdown for Chris Booker on the receiving end of a Keaston Smith pass. And Keaston Smith now, Stacy, his legend at Union County continues to grow. 63 touchdowns in one season. That's a combination of passing and running.
Throwing to the very end, and a wide open receiver on that play right there. Just a beautifully designed play. Chris Booker, a senior receiver. They got a lot of good receivers in this program. Great catch, great throw.
37 yards on the score. We've got a whistle.
Will be attempting to kick.
So Keaston Smith has thrown for 2 touchdown passes. He has run for 2 scores. So 4 touchdowns he has had a hand in tonight. 63 for the year.
Encroachment, defense, at the distance, we play the trap.
42 touchdown passes for Keaston Smith. 21 touchdown carries.
That's a busy season. Birch, I couldn't do that if you left me on the field by myself, locked me here, and came back tomorrow. I couldn't do that.
Kick from Brandon Shetley is good. You still see some good smiles on the faces of these Union County fans. They're going to hang in there to the bitter end. And this thing, it still might not be over, Stacy. 55-27.
Oh, yeah, a lot of football still left to be played, but the future's very bright in Union County. They just have not shown any ability to stop Hartsville's offense at all in this ball game, especially number 5 and number 24, the 2-tray backfield.
55-27. Our average per play, Stacy, 9 yards per play for Hartsville and 7 for Union County.
And either one of those numbers are good enough to get you wins most of the time, but when you're averaging 7, the other team's averaging 9, that won't do it. Look at that last drive, 4 plays. Chris Booker caps it off.
Yeah, 66 yards, minute 24.
Yep.
Short kick. And hard to handle back at the 10. Picks it up back near the 5, and he is popped at the 15-yard line.
A big block was laid out on that time by number 22, Trey Gaddison. The player he blocked that play is still down on the turf. It was a clean block, but it was absolutely a violent collision on that run back, and got a big ooh from the Hartsville crowd over there. And that's
Tavante Woods, just a freshman for Union County, shaken up on the play.
It was particularly fierce block that time, and very clean play.
So hopefully Tavante Woods will be okay as the trainers for Union County take a look. Keaston Smith tonight, 16 completions, 37 attempts, 247 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And that's a good sign there as Tavante Woods comes off the field. It's just one of those bell ringers.
No doubt about it. Hartsville has some tradition there. This program, they won championships under Lewis Lineberger and had, tradition over the years. And Albert Haynesworth played for University of Tennessee and had a checkered career in the NFL. One of the richest players ever played in the NFL. He's a native of Hartsville, played there, and it's their 8th championship appearance. 3 state titles, all in the 80s. 81, 87, and 88 under Lewis Lineberger there at Hartsville.
Yeah, they made an appearance in the 4A Division II title game back in 1997, but lost to Walterboro, which later became College and County High School. Union County, a very rich tradition as well. Shell Dula, Mike Anthony winning state championships there. Last time they were here, they won 2002, knocking off Camden. They won the state title back in 99, 2000, 2002 in 3A. 4A Division II champs in 1990 and 1995. And they were the runner-up in 2001. So 2 storied programs matching here today, Hartsville and Union County.
82 points scored in this ball game. State record is what? Somewhere in the 80s. Approaching that.
Yeah, we're getting close.
I think it's 89.
89, yep, state record for most points in a state championship football game. Now, I'm not sure if that's all classifications. I think it is, but
we'll check that.
That's what we were told. 5 down linemen for Union County trying to stop that Hartsville run, and Johnson is going to take off. The quarterback passes the 25 to the 30 and finally taken down, shoulder tackled at the 37. A big run by Shaq Johnson. First down for Hartsville. As you see, Johnson there. 19 yards.
Like they needed more big numbers. That's a little sickle right there. A little WWE move there. Off the turnbuckle. 10 on the tackle. Damian Jeter, one of their better linebackers.
Yeah, I'm just getting word now. The most points in a championship game was actually Union involved in it in the win, the 63-28 win over Camden. Right up the middle and still plowing inside the 40-yard line. That is Trey Rogers.
The run by number 24, Trey Rogers.
Yeah, Jim Baxter from scvarsity.com. It is 63-28 Union County over Camden back the last time that Union County was here. That's the state record for most points. We're getting very, very close to resetting a new one here tonight.
Yeah, and Union County's got a bow up right now, and they're a proud bunch, and they're still going hard at it right now. But this attack by Hartsville is just very potent.
Right up the middle, inside the 35-yard line. Another carry for Trey Rogers. He's been big tonight as well. Trey Rogers now has eclipsed the century mark. Stacy, 16 carries, 101 yards for Trey, and 4 visits to the end zone. 253 yards on the night for Trey Samuel, and 2 touchdowns. We've got to forget about Dominic Robinson, and he's
averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, 39 yards and a touchdown.
That won't do in this game, Burns. You don't get any mention for that in this particular ball game.
There's the numbers for Trey. 101. Left side, still on his feet, grinding inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. That's Dominic Robinson.
Yeah, we just said he wouldn't get the love for that, so he's going to up his ante and try to get his 100 too, but that's close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot. It's right at the chain. At the line to get. 6:40 to play in the ball game, and state record conversation might be the last bit of suspense we have in championship weekend, Birch.
2002, when Union County knocked off Camden, that was the most points scored in a championship game. We're getting very close to eclipsing that here tonight. Surging forward, look at that big line from Hartsville as they just move that pile with Shaq Johnson behind it all the way down to the 21-yard line.
They've absolutely carried the fight in the Union County's defensive line the entire night from the opening bell. They've been in a go mode, and they've been itching for contact, and they really pushed back the Union County front all night and made it very easy for this running attack to get untracked. As you see, they've rushed for well over 400 yards at this point.
Yeah, 425 yards on the ground for Hartsville. They have carried the ball 48 times. Stacey, they have had success between the tackles and even when they kick it outside. Short gain there. Good job of that Union County defense collapsing around the runner.
The play didn't go for big yards, but just a slick handoff that time by the quarterback Johnson at the time. He's just very good with the ball, man. He's great ball handler back there. You need that in this attack.
And Hartsville, Stacy, you would think that they have just really dominated the possession clock, but, really they haven't. It's a slight advantage, 1934 to Union County's 18 minutes, 3 seconds.
How many passes in the ball game for Hartsville? 5. All on the ground.
Second down, 9. Johnson under center from near the 20. They kick it outside, inside the 10. That ball may have popped out, but I think Hartsville got right back on it. They did. Down to the 9-yard line, Trey Samuel, another big run. Tackle made for Union by Skeeter Smith, the senior.
Skeeter. Nice tackle that time, yeah. Nice effort.
11-yard carry now for Trey Samuel.
Ball did come out. I think the ground might have caused it to come out.
Samuel now 264 yards on the night.
Looking for 10 more. Looking for 10 more yards, Birch.
Inside the 10-yard line. On first down. And into the end zone for another touchdown. That's 5 on the night for Trey Rogers, the senior, having a stellar performance as well. He has just owned that end zone tonight here at Williams-Brice Stadium. 111 yards on the ground now and 5 touchdowns. This one coming from 9 yards away.
It'll be a happy bunch of folks heading back up Highway number 1 to Hartsville, South Carolina, and just an amazing performance put on by their football team. Team that stuck together through a very tough time this season. Tragic loss, and it's going to end with the championship. But it's going to be a memorable season. But this team and this town rallied together this year, and they have a lot to show for it right now.
Again, nice ball movement by the quarterback, Shaq Johnson.
So smooth.
And then just an open lane right in the middle of the highway for Trey Rogers. Excellent blocking up front. Can't say enough about Evan Baker, Kalen Brunson, Ethan O'Neill, Ed Reed, Ray Pogue, Corey Riedrich, the tight end. How about this drive? 10 plays, 85 yards. All of these drives from Hartsville, Stacey, they have been really long. Trey Rogers caps it off. A 9-yard touchdown run. And a 5-finger salute into the end zone for Rogers because he has 5 touchdowns tonight. Stacey, back in 1981, when Johnny Roscoe was the head coach for Hartsville, they knocked off a Les Evans coached airport team, and there was a gentleman by the name of Bobby Clare, one of the all-time leading rushers for Hartsville, who apparently never came off the field. Here's a nice return by Union County. Inside the 40, he could go. One man to beat, and finally taken down at the 15-yard line.
Did he fumble? I think he fumbled, but they're going to rule him down.
Beautiful return. Union County's Chris Booker still fighting for the Yellow Jackets.
Beautiful run right there. Great heart on that.
57 yards. Take another look.
Laquan Hagler is the man that made the tackle, I do believe. But watch him. Great blocking right there. That's just speed. That's jets right there. He's shown speed all night. Gets to that sideline, and the only man with a little angle here that had a chance to get him. Looks like Hagler. 28 comes up and tries to strip the ball out.
Well, back to my 1981 state championship. Bobby Clare never left the field, scored the game-winning touchdown with no time on the clock. Matter of fact, the clock on the scoreboard went out, so people didn't know how much time was left. But very dramatic win for Hartsville. Here's a sack, the first one of the night of Keaston Smith.
About to say he was a bit well protected.
Back at the 27-yard line.
He's well protected all night, and it breaks down on that play right there. And you got to, at this point in time in the ball game, effort might not be what it always was. You're getting tired now. The game's been decided, and slip up one time, and your quarterback gets hit right there. Hadn't been sacked all night.
Well, the moral of the story, Hartsville, they've been running the football pretty well since 1981.
and guess what? Still running it. No need to stop. I've seen no evidence tonight of why they should abandon that particular brand of attack, because it's been very, very effective tonight.
Look at that total yards, Stacey. 505 for Hartsville, 378 for Union County. They've been able to move this football as well. And here's more. Victor Ruth inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. You've got to really hand it to this Union County Yellow Jackets team, Stacey. When they finished the season, regular season 5-5, nobody expected them to be here. And here they are. They went on the road. They did this the hard way. 4 victories on the road in the playoffs, knocking off the likes of Wren, Greer, AC Flora, Daniel, and just running into a team that is undefeated with a lot to play for and a very, very good team in Hartsville. That pass almost picked off as Smith was trying to find Chris Booker on the crossing route.
Got by Booker and almost got in the hands of my guy, Shy Phillips over there. Very impressed with that kid. But you're right, and that sets up well. That road warrior mentality they took in the playoffs sets up well for Coach Tannehill. First year in the program, he's trying to instill confidence. You can go back next year and say, look, we walked on the road. We can play anywhere and win, even with high stakes. So you got a young program. That's a good teaching tool right there. You get to the state championship after going 5-5. You think you can go every year now.
62-27. Keaston Smith firing. And great play defensively over there on the far side corner.
A break on the ball that time by the cornerback over there. It looks like it might have been 21, Trayvon Sellers. But that was the last gasp effort that time for Union County.
Look at this. Look at this scoring by quarters. First half, we were just crazy. 48-20 in the first half, 9 in the third. And now 14-7, so 21 here in the fourth. And Union County looking for more.
Yeah, that's...
And
first quarter
89 points on the scoreboard right now, so we are tied with the most points in championship history in a game. And Hartsville takes it out across the 20 to the 22.
Yeah, they may be a knee-taking time here in a moment, but still playing hard, and that yardage total goes up now.
So Union County is going to be in the record books for playing in 2 state championships
on each end
with the most points scored at 89 on each end.
Oh, tears. Cheer up, honey.
Hey, you know,
you're young. You have your health.
It's not only the last game for these seniors that play football, but it's the last game for the cheerleaders that are seniors.
Yes.
For the band members.
And they all
for the student body that's here.
Right.
For the parents as well, that this is the last time they're going to see their child play.
No doubt. The senior year in high school can be full of a lot of tears, especially if in extracurricular activities. That's the last of a lot of things. But as you get further from that day, you look back and remember the good times and the fact that you got to participate at a high level in something you love. And these are the good days, my friend. Hope they all remember that as they go home to their respective hometowns. These are the good times that you'll talk about a long time from now.
Hartsville will remain perfect on the season. Stacey, I think we've only had 3, maybe 4 teams here in South Carolina high school football to say that. Greenwood earlier today winning the 4A Division II crown, and there it is, Calabrese.
They got him. Best shower he's ever taken, probably. Victory showers is what it's all about. You're a coach, you want the Gatorade shower, man. That's the one you play for.
So Greenwood finished undefeated, and now Hartsville doing the same, winning the 3A state championship in style, 62-27.
They're celebrating on that far side of that Birch. It's going to be a lot of emotions, a lot of mixed emotions, but a lot of emotions. Hartsville, South Carolina representing themselves very proud, very well on a big stage tonight.
There's a knee for Shaq Johnson, and that should do it. Hartsville celebrating a state championship. It's been a while since they've taken home the hardware, but what a year. They finish undefeated at 15-0. Your 2012 3A state champions. It is the Hartsville Red Foxes. You can see the emotion starting to ooze out of Jeff Calabrese, and we're going to track him down and talk to Coach Calabrese, getting the handshake and the congratulations from Coach Steve Tannehill from Union, and hats off to the Union County Yellow Jackets as well, as they finish the year with a 9-6 record, upper state champs in 3A football here in the state of South Carolina. Hartsville, again, 15-0, and the 3A state champions. Here we go. Hey, Coach Calabrese, this is Bert Chantley and Stacy Huff. Congratulations. You are the 3A state champs in 2012. And, Coach, I know this is for Ronald Rouse.
Yeah, it's no doubt. I mean, this has been very difficult. I'm so impressed with our young men. What great kids to persevere like they have. And I'm just so proud of them. Y'all don't understand what kind of great kids we have, and the ability to stay focused and do this is unbelievable.
Coach, talk about your backfield. Came up very big. Trey Samuels, Trey Rogers, big games. Your offensive line carried today. Talk about the way you prepared to come in this game and dominate on the ground like you did tonight.
Well, we just do what we do, and we hoped it was good enough. We got a great bunch of seniors on offense, a whole lot of them, about 10 of them, and they came to play tonight, and defense got some critical stops when they had to have it and got some turnovers. It's just, team win, man, team win.
Well, Coach, you went up against a very talented Union County Yellow Jacket team, highly touted on offense, and hats off to Union County for getting here. But how about the play from your defense here tonight as well?
Well,
big interception return.
I tell you what, Steve Tannehill's an outstanding football coach, and Keisha Smith is one heck of a quarterback. But I thought our defense, that interception by Fisher Payne there in the return really helped us out there at the end. And, it's like we've been doing all year, just fighting one step at a time, fighting, and the kids did it for 48 tonight.
You think there's going to be a huge parade in the PD tonight as they welcome home the Hartsville Red Foxes 3A state champs?
I guarantee it, buddy, there's going to be a big one.
Hey, Coach, before we let you go, I talked to your softball coach, Bobby Sowell, and he told me you were the first person he saw off the bus when they won the softball championship. He's waiting to congratulate you, Coach. He wants to return the favor tonight. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your community.
Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Coach.
All right,
Coach Jeff Calabrese. Good stuff from the head coach and the 3A state champions celebrating with their fans over there. They are your 2012 champs. We've got more when we return to Columbia, South Carolina. This is the South Carolina High School League Network.
Buy a DVD of this championship and any of the South Carolina High School League championships at SCHSL.TV.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Dear Honda, thanks for getting Dad a deal on his Accord at the holiday sales event. He's so happy about Pandora, he wasn't even mad I ruined his shirt, and then tried to fix it. The rear view camera means the reindeer might make it till New Year's. Plus, he saved so much, it's been a great year for presents. Sincerely, Pete.
More happiness and standard features with every Honda during Happy Honda Days. Lease the all-new Accord for zero due at lease signing at your Honda dealer.
Contractors, homeowners, when you need to rent it, Ahern Rental is the place to get it. With over 38,000 rental items, Ahern is the Columbia area specialist for aerial work platforms. Whatever the size of your job, Ahern Rental has the right equipment for you. At Ahern Rental, we promise to always provide the youngest rental fleet, quality service, and the finest professionally trained staff in the rental industry. Ahern Rental. Call us today.
The 2012 South Carolina High School League Football Championships are brought to you by Time Warner Cable and by Honda. More happiness and standard features with every Honda during Happy Honda Days.
We're back in Columbia. Your final from Williams-Brice Stadium in the 3A state championship. Hartsville 62, Union County 27. It is the fourth state championship for Hartsville. They're first in 3A. They won 4 in the 4A classification. And an excellent year for the upper state champs from Union County as well. They finished the regular season 5-5, went on the road in the playoffs, knocking off 4 very good teams all on the road and putting up a very valiant effort here in front of a great crowd at Williams-Brice Stadium. And now we'll go down to the field as we'll present the trophies to the champions. Let's join the public address announcer, Jim C., here at Williams-Brice Stadium.
The Columbia Regional Sports Council, and to our corporate sponsors, Spalding, Team IP, the U.S. Army, Huddle Tickets, Rawlings, Play On Sports, and Planet HS. The awards presented by the South Carolina High School League, and assisting with today's trophy presentation are members of the South Carolina High School League Executive Committee. Prior to the presentation, we'll recognize the school dignitaries for the 2012 state runners-up at Union County. And those dignitaries are Dr. Christy Woodall, Superintendent, Floyd Lyles, Principal, Will Hickson, Athletic Director, B.J. McMorris, Board Chair, and Kim Bailey, Board Chair Vice. And now, to award the 2012 State Runners-Up Trophy for the Class AAA is Jerome Singleton, Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, and Paul Anderson, President of the High School League. The Yellow Jackets of Union County High School, led by head coach Steve Tannehill, players number 6, Keaston Smith, 13, Kelly Jones, 51, Jared Fowler, and 23, Trevon Davis. Your state runners-up, the high school 3A championship from Union County, the Yellow Jackets. Congratulations on getting to the state championship again. At this time, we'll recognize school dignitaries from the 2012 state champions, Hartsville High School. Those special dignitaries are Dr. Rainey Knight, Superintendent, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Bill Boyd, Principal, Dr. Charlie Burry, Coaches Phyllis Griggs, Athletic Director, Charles Govan, School Board Chair, Dr. Alan McCutcheon, Jamie Morphus, School Board members, and the legislation delegation, Senator Gerald Naldi, Representative Jay Lucas, and Representative Robert Williams. And now we present the 2012 State Championship Trophy for Class 3A. Jerome Singleton, Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, and Paul Anderson, President of the High School League. To the Red Foxes of Hartsville, led by Coach Jeff Calabrese, with his players number 7, Shaquille Johnson, 21, Trayvon Sellers, and 47, Corey Whiting. Now your state champion, the high school Class 3A, the Hartsville Red Foxes. Congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the award ceremony and officially the season.
That's going to do it from Columbia, South Carolina, as Hartsville raises the state championship trophy as they defeat Union County in a game with 905 yards of total offense and 89 points on the scoreboard. Well, for our entire crew, for Ryan Johnson, our statistician and spotter, for our executive producer and director, Doug First, for our field set producer, Jamie Murph, and my broadcast partner, Stacy Huff, I am Birch Itley saying so long from Columbia, South Carolina. We'll talk to you next time here on the SCHSL Network.
They need to open up. Hey, go there. Trophy down here. Bring it down here. Everybody back up. Where you going?
At South Atlantic Bank, we believe in sound banking practices. We believe in providing exemplary customer service to every individual and business. We believe in convenience, now at 3 locations to better serve you. We believe in caring for our community, and we're prepared to offer you competitive options, flexibility, and a trusted source to help meet all your financial goals. We believe in you and your future. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Warner Cable brings you NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Catch every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone. Passionate about football? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer in the country. That's why Lexington Medical Center fought so hard to offer complete cardiac care. Because when this disease strikes, there's no time to waste. Our staff is experienced and exceptionally talented. And we've affiliated with Duke Medicine to create the very best cardiac program. The motivation is what it's always been: the health of the community.